Hey, welcome to the Porch Bois podcast. I am, of course, your charmingly, devilishly handsome, super intelligent, and totally not fucking up that intro host, John, alongside with these other two retards. I believe one of them is Bozo the Clown, and the other one is Chip the Dancing Monkey. How you boys doing?
Was one of those descriptions supposed to fit us?
Yes.
Because
I
they fit
see.
you pretty well, both of them.
Well, maybe I'm just projecting.
Yeah, true.
Jeez,
Could always be the
guys.
case, you know?
Huh,
I should
just,
hope
you know,
so.
pile
I'm not
on.
sure where you got either of those
Yeah.
descriptions, man. I'm sorry, but
I just made them up and it made me fuck up my intro, so I don't think I'll be doing it again.
yeah, please don't do that again.
I'll think
I'd
of something
rather
better
be a
next time.
retard. I'd
That was
rather
kind of
be.
a.
I'd
That was
rather
kind of
be.
a last. Well, I think you would be Bozo the Clown, right? And then Seawall would be Chip the Dancing Monkey because he's got to work the show. I think that's
Or
the way
working
it
the
would
organ grinder.
be. Right.
Oh my god! Nice cold intro, John. Thank you for introducing us
Well,
this week.
It's all fucked
Yes.
up. I'm pulling the abort button, guys. I'm pushing the
No.
abort button.
No,
See y'all next week. John fucked it up.
No. Wait, guys, no. Where'd everyone go? I'm all alone again. The voices are coming back.
Well, John, we've always been the voices in your head. Don't you realize
know,
that you're
right?
currently at a state-run insane asylum?
That's true. I've never seen the two of you in the same room together, so I don't know. It could just be. Oh, but you know what? I might though. I might be seeing you guys in the same room together. That'll
Oh
be
yeah,
fucking
it's entirely
cool.
possible. We'll get a drink. We'll get drinks
too,
together,
right?
smoke some stogies,
Hell yeah.
and then the
Yeah,
next day
maybe.
we'll go to Waffle House.
What were you saying, Midget?
Maybe soon.
Yeah.
Very soon, within the next month and some
I've got
change.
I've got the gain on my microphone all the way up. Is there something else the matter?
You could speak up like a man.
I
You're just kind of
suppose.
like low. Yeah, you're just like it's almost like you're stoned or something.
I don't know about all that. I wouldn't know nothing
Man.
about all that.
So, speaking of announcements, including a possible, meetup of the boys at undisclosed location, but we also have this coming Friday. We actually just decided this shortly before the show.
I guess we did, didn't we?
Gaming stream, you guys, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, the only one true time zone. In fact, the only time zone at all. The other ones are just fakes. But yeah, we'll be doing some more gaming. Probably some more Total War. I'm gonna guess.
I'll be the
Unless
cameraman.
Mo Other dies every now and then. What's up?
I'll be the cameraman.
Right. So you will, of course, be the faithful cameraman and producer. While Midget and I duke it out to see who is the least shitty commander.
I think Midget's already proven that pretty effectively.
Did I win most of our engagements?
You
I
took down the
think- well, I
Star
think-
Fort.
On land, you
forgot.
did. I won
I
on
forgot.
the sea, but I won the sea battle. So that was awesome, which is good because if I didn't,
Oh,
I would
right.
be
No,
my
I
reputation would be
remember.
suspect.
Yeah, you totally crushed me in that one fucking confrontation. Yeah, it was not a good showing.
And then land, I think you got me one or two more times than I got you, so it was kind of even, I guess, altogether. But yeah, so we'll have at it again here on Friday. So come, grab a drink with us on Friday, and watch us play some video. See what else we got. Do we got any more announcements or anything special and cool? Anything else, you guys?
Not particularly. I mean, I'll be doing yard work up at my dad's place while he's gone.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
sounds super exciting.
no.
Make
Yeah,
sure you
I'll
film
be
that and
I'll
put it
be
on the channel.
listening to some long podcast series probably from Arch, like the Siege of Rax or
Holy shit!
the War for
Oh my
Badab.
god. It's so
That's
deeply
nerdy as fuck.
autistic. Oh my
That
lord.
is
Yes.
super autistic.
Yes. Why are you shocked at this? I'm a fucking weeb.
We're not,
Yeah, I
we're
know.
not shocked. You misunderstand. We're not shocked. We're just laughing
No.
at you. That's all.
Or I'll listen to an
That's-
audiobook.
See, now that I can't make fun of that because that's what I would do as well.
It
so.
is basically an audio book. One of those fucking
Audio drama, I would argue.
Yeah. It is basically an audiobook listening to one of those Archcasts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I'm not quite that autistic. At least not about that
I
subject.
have tasted of the finer.
You suckled upon the teat of the
Yeah, I mean
autism.
the the War for Armageddon was a good one.
Which one? There were like 2 or 3 of them.
The second one,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, as far as excitedness, yeah, man, I'm starting to play some more music. John, are you playing music?
Not as
No,
often.
you're not playing music.
Not
You
not at
haven't
all.
been.
Like I have, just not not as much as you would like. God, not my dad. No, no. I mean, I do. I practice, 2-3 times a week.
Do you?
I do, yeah,
No shit. So you have been
yeah.
picking it up.
I don't know that I've been necessarily advancing, but the things I can do pretty well
Better.
without fucking up quite as often. Yeah.
Yeah, what about counting? Can you count?
I mean, I can. I haven't really practiced it all that much, to be honest. But I mean, yeah, I can count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Like shit. Yeah, obviously
Right.
not that
Good.
good. Usually.
Well, you remember our session with Steven.
Yes, with the ignoramus. It's so funny, dude. Every time like we hang out and he gives me just like these little pointers and improves me like measurably every single time. It's insane.
Yeah, it
The
helped me
dude's
a
like
lot.
really talented. He's really talented. Don't tell him I said that though. I don't want to. His head's already big enough. But yeah, don't tell him. Don't ever tell him I would be nice to him. But yeah. So
Well, is
other than
he
that,
not going to be there in undisclosed location?
I believe he is. I'm not. I haven't asked him though. I should probably ask him, but I
That's
have not.
reason enough. I think I'll go
I've
there.
seen him make posts about trying to find a off-brand Airbnb,
Oh, that's true. He did do that. So yeah, I would say that's true. I
and
would
if
say
that
that he is.
and if that doesn't happen, he'll probably be sleeping in the tent that I'll be in.
Ha, gay.
I'm packing in
You
my
guys,
own cotton sleeping bag
you guys camp together.
Right.
in a backyard. I don't know if you could call that camping.
I
With
mean,
air
I did when I
conditioning.
was 10, so
Yeah.
that's what we called it.
Yeah, dude, I'll go to undisclosed location.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
And again, I'll take you guys out for Waffle House next day. My treat.
I don't know if you does anyone ever go to Waffle House like when the sun is up? I
Yes,
don't
they
think I've
do.
ever been. I don't
Yes,
think
they
I've ever
do.
been to the Waffle House when the sun is up. For real, I don't think I ever have.
Well, this will be a first because I've never been to a Waffle House at all.
What? Oh
They're
my
not in the
god!
areas of the nation I've lived in.
Wait, they don't have Waffle House in Texas? There's no way.
No, there's no Waffle Houses, at least in
What?
my area of Texas.
That is all right. We got to check that real quick because that can't be.
Yeah, I can't believe that
Because that would be like the
the state
capital
of
of Waffle
Texas
House.
would not have a
Uh,
Waffle
Oh
House.
yeah, they're all over the place. Okay, yeah, don't fucking do that
not
to me.
in San Antonio where I
Okay,
live.
fair enough. Fair enough. But they're
You'll
all
find
over
them
the
all
place
over
in Texas.
Houston, and there's some up north. I
I see
think in
some. Yeah,
Austin. Yeah, I'd have to drive all the way up to Austin to go to one of them.
Mesquite, League City,
Yeah,
Grand Prairie,
a little bit
Terrell,
out of Fort Worth,
Dallas,
Dallas.
Austin,
Yeah,
Beaumont, DeSoto, Houston, Texarkana,
yeah.
another Houston one, another Houston one. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
Roanoke. There's tons of them.
I'm basically right on the edge of where Waffle Houses exist. I'm
You
just
know,
beyond the event horizon for Waffle Houses.
that's how you know you're in like a remote location. There's not even a Waffle House around.
I'm in San Antonio.
Well, I mean, that's true. That is a city. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck.
I think it's just I'm at the edge of where Waffle Houses, influence exists. It just doesn't exist past where I live.
That's insanity.
Because I'm
All right.
looking. Yeah, I'm looking. There is nothing west of me for
All
Waffle
right. So
House.
we go. So well, no, but if we're gonna take you to Waffle House, you have to have the legit Waffle House experience. That means no time before 4 a.m. Right? You
Oh
cannot be
Lord.
sober And there must be at least one waitress with a black eye when we go in there. Otherwise, we can't go. Just doesn't count.
Okay, that's just a little too dark, even for me.
That's the truth.
So we're gonna go to Waffle House at before 4 in the morning, and at least tipsy.
No. I mean, you don't go to Waffle House if you're tipsy.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe I associate with tipsy.
I know, right?
Associate
You're
with
talking
you
to someone who's
guys.
never been drunk.
Well, we can
Good
change that.
Lord.
Someone's got to drive to Waffle House and drive us back.
Nobody
That's what-
drives to Waffle House. Everyone stumbles into Waffle
I
House.
checked the location from the disclosed location. It's like a 3-minute drive. There's no way we're
Okay,
walking.
Hang on. Because I've got a fiance. She likes being designated driver. I think it'll be okay. I think we'll be all right.
Okay.
She's going to.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting
We'll be
shit-faced,
fine.
man. I'm not gonna get shit-faced.
That's fine. I know.
I'll probably have the equivalent of like 6 or
All
7
right.
shots in the.
Okay.
We'll see. No. We'll see. We'll
Okay.
We'll see how you feel after 3, 4. We'll see. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I believe that is enough gibbering and jabbering from
I
us.
believe so.
Um,
I believe our audience is
so-
deeply engaged now.
So if you guys have not already, so I'll go ahead and do it at the beginning. Hit the like button, subscribe button, all that nonsense. Check out the fucking description below and stuff. Uber, this guy. And yeah, engage with that stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the other side of the memes. Take it away, see you all.
Yeah, we're moving on to the next one.
First
So, first one, I should say. Here we go. So, gentlemen, you got your skis? We got some slopes to ride down.
Dude, I mentioned it before when you first showed us. This is like my stock portfolio right now.
Yeah.
Just tanked. Just red.
Yeah. It's recovered a bit. It's almost 32,000 again on the
it's
Dow,
recovered, but who cares? Like,
but I've been keeping an eye on it. We've entered a
I'm sure you
downward
have.
slope overall trend, and it's not bouncing back. I've never seen the Dow act like this. So
yep.
we're in the
Good
the
times.
decline. We're in the decline, boys.
You know
The
what?
long bear.
No more mean tweets, you guys.
That's right.
No more mean tweets. Why does ExxonMobil have a dotted line? What does the dotted line mean in ExxonMobil?
I think that's previous day's close. Yeah,
Oh,
those are
okay,
so it's like
yeah.
The rest of these drops are so precipitous that
Yeah.
you don't even see the previous day's close. I mean,
Possibly, yeah.
yeah.
Usually they'll put it near the top, but it might just be beyond the top a
I mean,
little bit.
down 1,000 in the Dow, that's insane.
Yeah, in a day.
Down 500 in the NASDAQ, that's insane. Yep, that's a lot of stonks. Gotta
But no,
love it though.
disappointed
No
it's not
more
a lot of
mean
stonks.
tweets. Hey, we got it in 5G. We're the most advanced civilization on the planet. We're the greatest,
That's
most
right.
successful and wealthy nation on earth, and our dick size and influence spans the globe. And you know what? Here we go into the decline. You ready, boys?
I'm ready.
Ride the slope. Grab onto something and hold on to everything you care about.
So, moving on. This one's for John.
Yeah. This was a good episode too. But yeah, the Irish unification of 2024 says data.
Yeah.
And
He was
this is true,
referencing a historical event.
Yeah.
right?
It was a
And-
watershed moment.
It was also made the BBC ban that part of the not that part of the episode. The whole episode was banned. I'm not sure what this person's talking about. That whole episode was banned for 17
Right.
years in the UK.
Just for
because of that.
referencing the Irish unification of 2024.
Right.
What was the plot, though, John? You're a Trekkie.
I believe for this one, the plot was. Was this one of the Q episodes? Do you remember, Seawolf?
Hold on.
I think it was.
Yeah, this could be a Q episode, but the thing is, it's definitely not first season. This is
No.
This is like second or third season post uniforms. Let me check
Yeah,
this
because
out.
he was making a point about I think about progress that humanity had made.
Yeah.
as believe is what
Yeah,
the
you know that all of history is progress in a straight line toward an end point,
yeah,
right?
of course.
There's never been dark
Nothing
ages. There's
ever
never been
regress or,
changes.
you'd never be on the wrong side of history once you're on the right side of it.
That's right. That's our
Apparently,
way
the
of
episode is
progressing.
called The High Ground. It's from season 3.
Oh, the high ground. Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds familiar. Season 3.
Summary. Or it's been a non-affiliated planet on routine, dropping off mission medical supplies, or having lunch in the Plaza City. A bomb explodes, injuring central bystanders. Wounded.
Yeah, so it was literally about.
He's literally the Irish
Yeah.
space
Yeah,
Irish.
it was literally an allegory. So no wonder they fucking banned the whole goddamn episode.
Yeah.
It was literally an allegory. All right. So I think we stuck on nerd shit long enough.
You've not even speaking
Nope.
of nerd shit.
New nerd shit.
I like this one a
I
lot. It
forgot
hits
there's
home.
new nerd shit for John to nerd
Yeah,
on. He's a nerd.
this one does hit home though. Yeah. So wife saying, "Are you
His
busy?"
wife married a nerd.
Right. She's like me watching a 9-part video on how to lay siege to a medieval castle. I'm like, yeah, pretty busy.
Yes, pretty
It's
busy
tough
right now, wifey.
Because hey,
Sorry.
once everything collapses and we go back to medieval shit, you're gonna be a fucking in demand, John. That's gonna be in
That's
demand
right,
skill
baby.
set.
Once shit collapses, you're gonna be lucky to be with me. I'll
That's
come
right.
to sex later once I'm done with this 9-part video. You'll
That's
thank
right.
me.
There's only 6 more parts. It's only another 3 hours. It'll be okay.
And I'll come to sex later, baby. I'm busy learning how to survive the collapse.
Right. I'm busy learning the intricacies of sapping.
Okay, honey, I'm gonna call, so and so.
What
Yeah,
was
whatever.
that?
Go away.
What was it? What was it? The Chad meme. The crying, almost ethot girl. Babe, please stop doing this and have sex with me. No, I'm doing this. That's what that guy is.
Well, my favorite one of those is, babe, please come to bed. He's like, no, someone's wrong online.
That's right. Somebody's wrong on the internet.
That's right.
I like
Yeah,
the
let
one
this
was it.
stand.
What was it? What I think it was like why are you singing sea shanties with the boys? I love that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to do that.
Yeah. Would
All
you ever
right.
have sex with me or sing sea shanties with the boys? And we all know that
enough
answer.
making fun of John's sexual prowess.
And we're going to introduce our arch nemesis tonight.
You're stuck on this being there.
Yeah.
I think
Our mirror
wish we
world
could go-
copies.
I really wish we could get. We have to do more research.
I don't want to, other than poking fun at one of their tweets that went a little viral. I don't want to poke at it anymore. That they scream of establishment shill with backing,
Mm-hmm.
and those are best not to be trifled with.
Check the next tweet.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing to me how many people can't fathom how this could be real. Because there was a lot of talk of like this being a Poe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's go Brandon, fuck Joe Biden. Like, yeah, I love it because the grooming conversation centers around, language, of course. And they're trying to take back the term and accuse others of grooming people.
And they're trying to, go, oh no, the right are the real pedophiles. That
right.
didn't really
Oh,
last
the
very
right are
long.
the real groomers. You guys are grooming.
Yeah.
Dude.
Y'all are grooming.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. James Lindsay had a good tweet about this earlier about Darvo. I don't know if you guys are familiar when talking about abusers. Like that's like that's an acronym for like the methodology that abusers will use.
Mm-hmm.
It's DARVO. It's deny, attack. Forget what R is. Oh no, it's replace victim and whatever. Perpetrator. Yeah. So like they'll say no, it's not happening. It's not true at all. And it's like, well, it's actually you that's doing it, not me. Yeah. So
Okay, yeah. Deny, attack, reverse victim,
that's
and
what it's
offender.
deny attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, reverse.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't it funny how so many leftists are like, assaulters in varying types,
Oh
some of the
yeah.
worst people on the planet?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like raping and
Yeah.
sexual assault on children and shit like
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. It's like
And then
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And it's funny how they're using the Darvo method for everything. And yet they
right.
claim that we're against domestic violence. No, motherfucker, you guys literally engage in it
Yeah, you
with
guys are like
everything
pretty
you
much
do.
I love the false equivalency
Yeah.
of comparing, teaching your own children how to
right.
behave and treat people and right and think and believe and perceive or see through bullshit. Comparing that, in the false
Yeah.
equivalency to literally sexually talking about sexual subjects with children in private, in secret, away from their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, yes, those two are just the same, right? We can compare me and my beliefs to that, unfavorably. Gee, yeah, a lot of people are having trouble believing that this whole thing is real.
Right. Well, I mean, so go back to what you were saying though about fuck, what was it? God damn it, I was just distracted. Not projection. Oh, grooming. Um, Specifically when they're like, oh, the right, can want to keep their kids home and groom them themselves. It's like, okay, but like grooming in the context that we're talking about specifically is supposed to be leaving, like indoctrinating someone's child and leaving the parents out of it, like without the parents'
Yeah.
consent or knowledge.
And
Like that's
also,
specifically
what
in that
you got, what the
definition.
type of grooming you guys are doing is literal like industrial production level. This
Right.
is using massive institutions to do it to God knows how many kids. Whereas the right saying, hey, I want to raise my kids at home. Yeah, there's gonna be a couple of shitty parents in there. We all know this, but the damage is extremely limited. Whereas what you guys are proposing literally will fuck over generations. Not just a couple of kids, entire generations of children.
No, they got to have it their way.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're not tolerant and you're a bigot. Suck the dick.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
moving along.
Unbearable. It's unbearable.
Ah, some leftist meme.
Oh
This is a
yes,
good
our
time for
research
this one.
theory.
Ha.
Please choose one. Race baiting, gun crazy, anti Semitic, anti immigrant, LGBTQ hating, fuck supporter candidate. No. Or anyone else. Yes. You choose them. That's how the voting booth works. It says an X on
Yeah,
one and a check mark on the other one. In case you didn't
that-
know which
Isn't
one.
Biden and the Democrats the one that do the BDS movement and are, I think, what was it, the Biden administration's gotten some hot water recently because they're giving funding to an anti-Israel organization?
there's no sense in pointing out
Yeah.
why it's retarded
Yeah.
or the finer points that they don't give a fuck about.
Again, I'm not doing it for them.
No,
Right.
even so, that's a waste of our time as we're trying to appreciate the absurdity of this. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the finer points are actually contextual. It's the composition, like John was pointing out.
Yeah.
It's the fucking implications. It's not like the bare facts of the matter, that are at play here. Right? We're talking about language and propaganda. We're not talking about facts, figures, and these things don't come into people's minds. They don't come into play in the conversation. They're not useful in your everyday, interactions with people who are not attuned to this. You really have to point out errors in structure, in characterization. You have to point out little things that people already notice, but they can't put words to. It's
Well said.
not meaningful. It's not meaningful to point out this or that hypocrisy, even to people you're trying to convince that there's something wrong, because like that's not going to be meaningful.
Look, remember, I'm more of a technically minded guy, not a language guy.
Well,
Right.
this is
Okay.
definitely language. This is definitely propaganda. This is
So-
definitely.
I'll
Well,
have you guys handle it because you clearly know what you're doing.
Okay. Well, no. So, like, what this is pointing out, though, or I guess something I wanted to point out about it is, God damn it! After listening to all that, now I forgot my point again. You guys got to stop doing this to me. No, hang on. I'll get it in a second. We're talking about the check marks and the oh yeah, it's the fact that they still think that you can vote yourself. Like they think we're in fascism at the moment, which I mean we're pretty close, but whatever.
Not
But
what they
yeah,
Were
they think
we
they're
in
like,
fascism, you wouldn't even have the alternative. Like,
well, that's
No,
what
it would
I'm
just
saying.
be
Is like
if we were
they
in
think
the.
that you can.
No, go ahead.
They think that you can
go
vote your
ahead,
way
John.
out.
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
They think you can vote your way out of fascism, as if like, oh, we're in fascism, so we just got to vote really hard to get out of it. But it's like that's not how that works. That's not how it works if we had their system either. You don't vote your way out of it. Like you can't just have, oh well, democracy has spoken and this is what people want. It's like, no, no, no. This is what's right, so this is what you get. The voting doesn't actually matter. To both sides, both like fascists and socialists. They're regular socialists. I mean, fascists are obviously socialists, but
Yeah, they are socialists. Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
of
They're
course.
just a different stripe.
Well, yeah, yeah. It's like that tweet we had last week that was fucking perfect, right? Socialism of, socialism of class is,
Communism.
communism, right? Socialism of race is the other one. Socialism of race is Nazism. Socialism of state, yeah. Socialism of the state is, fascism.
Yeah.
But which is essentially what they want. They want the socialism of the state. Because most
Yeah.
socialists aren't necessarily Marxists, at least not for the most part. They'll use Marxist, rhetoric. But they don't want a stateless, classless society. They just want to be in charge of it, which is essentially fascism.
The problem is with the stateless, classless society, it would end up with the rich being rich and the poor being poor.
Well, yeah,
There's
even
no
though it's
two ways
classless,
about it. Yeah.
supposedly. Right, there's always going to be people who do better than others, of course.
There's always
That's why
going to be
and
somebody
towns are
who's
fucking
on.
retarded.
Yeah, exactly. And caps have their own issues, but it mainly due to the fact that I feel that it'll fall into feudalism pretty quickly.
Well, they don't deny hierarchy, which is
Yeah.
a pretty important distinction, I think.
But the problem I point out is eventually it will lead to feudal caste system and then kings, hereditary shit. The system will bring itself back.
Let's move on.
Yeah, not to get caught in the weeds, but that is obviously preferable to.
This one we kind of quickly go over, I think.
I mean,
Yes, racist. Oh, it's a baby mass shooter. Aw,
Yeah.
isn't he cute? He's dreaming about AR-15s, I think, or I don't know. What's not even AR?
God, that's a
labels,
fusion of an
labels on
AR and an AK.
everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's an AK mag, isn't it? Like it's all.
AK mag, AK stock, the
Yeah.
handle of an AR.
That's retarded.
Yeah.
Labels
Yeah.
everywhere. You need words on everything to understand what's going on.
Yeah, otherwise we
Otherwise,
wouldn't
how would you know? I mean,
Fox
literally,
News.
you could fucking
QAnon.
you could literally get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words and the gun. You could get rid of this. It just says no shortage, and then the bottle says nothing. The guy's
Right.
arm says nothing. There's no thought bubble.
Mhm.
You still understand what's trying to be said here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just so ineffectual and fucking lazy and stupid.
Well, they're trying to point people towards something specific right now.
Well,
Right.
yeah. What
It's like-
specifically
it's
are
way
they
over the
pointing them at? Stupid QAnon, MAGA. Oh man,
Yeah.
GOP. Yeah,
And already.
they sure are playing a major role in fucking conservatism in America, aren't they? The NRA,
Jesus
boy, they're fighting for our rights too.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, that's my favorite part. Like people who are like the David Hoggites, who like just follow their pundits on Twitter,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, like the NRA is an evil organization doing all this shit to like make sure that kids keep dying." So it's like, no. The NRA doesn't do shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, if anything,
They
they've been okay
might
with more gun
lightly
laws than
slow
any other-
some things down here and there.
Maybe, but
Maybe.
they've let things slide all the time. They make
Yeah.
concessions on gun laws.
Yeah, and the thing
all
is, if
the
you
time.
actually talk to 2A people, very few of them will back the NRA. Unless the
Right.
NRA is actually the once the blue moon when it does like sign on to somebody else's case and provide funding for a case where they do think, oh, it's like, okay, good job NRA, you're doing the right thing now.
Sure.
Yeah, hooray!
Yeah.
Now you can go back to paying your own salaries again
Right.
and expensing vacations and
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. There are I think it was like the Firearms Owners Association was a good one. Concealed Carry Association. There's several better ones.
GOA was a good one.
Yeah.
Gun Owners of America.
Yeah, GOA, another one. And some of those are like straight up like absolutist on the Second Amendment. Others are okay with like some minor limitations. But I think that's more smoke screen to so that they don't scare off the normies.
Yeah,
Maybe
rumors and shit.
Yeah, so
FUDs, dude.
yeah.
FUDs.
They're
My
a
2
serious
world
problem.
wars.
Two World Wars.
You know what? 3 fucking world wars. I'ma carry my
coming up.
45, motherfucker. I'ma carry my 1911. That bitch
Yeah.
will work.
It will not die.
That's true.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah, moving on. So, is this obscene, gentlemen?
I mean, I think
I don't think so.
this comes after the original tweet though.
Okay,
This is the
here we go.
reply, right?
Right.
Oh good, this is obscene, says Joy Behar. Joy fucking Behar.
Okay, not pointing at anyone. Good. Good trigger
Right.
discipline.
Nobody's
Not pointing
pointing
at
at
anyone. Yep.
anyone. It's all
Oh,
good.
Hang on, that one on the left, the Green Bay
No.
hoodie.
Finger below
Kinda
trigger
pointed-
guard. Finger
No,
below
I know,
trigger
no.
guard.
I'm talking about the muzzle though. Muzzle's kind of pointed at the little boy's
Before.
feet. There.
No.
In
If you
front
look
of
at his
him.
position
It's all
perspective,
good.
that barrel's in front of him.
Maybe,
Right,
but it's getting
all
close.
good.
I don't know. Watch it. Just watch it,
Yeah.
kid. That's all.
Then they
Like,
ask you,
is
is
this
this
obscene?
obscene? No.
Like, no, why would that be
Good trigger
obscene?
discipline. Yeah.
The worst part of that is that the young one doesn't have a gun in his hand. That's
Exactly.
the worst part of this whole
Right,
photo.
that is fucking
Where's his
obscene.
little 22 Willys rifle?
Right. Give him a little,
Yeah,
give him a little
that
daisy if
is
you need to.
obscene. Where's his? Why is he not armed?
Yeah.
Right. Maybe
They're
if you just
in
give him
the
like a little
field.
daisy rider or something. Like,
Yeah. As I said, as my dad called it, he got when he was younger, and we still have it in the family, a little 22 Willys rifle, a little 5-shot
No,
22.
give him the 44 Magnum with the scope on it. It'll be fine. It's a pistol. You know, he's a little person. It's a pistol. It'll be fine.
Yeah, he can handle 45.
yeah, he can definitely handle the recoil on that for sure.
Sorry, 44
He'll be
Magnum.
fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. It's not going to
He'll be
shatter his
fine.
wrist, so scooting along to the next
Grow
one.
up strong, man. He'll grow up strong.
Yeah, they'll heal stronger, dude.
This one.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah,
We're
this is a
here for
message.
you when you come to this realization.
That's right. I'll hold your hair back while you vomit from the realization
Yeah.
that people have just realized that the Federal Reserve leverages the future wages of our grandchildren as collateral for present day loans. Yeah. You realize that the taxes that you're paying don't go to like pay for things that are happening now. They go to pay for things that happened 50 years ago. Like you're paying for like the Vietnam War and the Korean War and shit. And like you're paying for
Which is why I'm in the camp of balanced budget amendment.
I mean, that's better than that's not gonna happen, but it's definitely better than the current situation. I'll give you that.
How about like no budget? Can we have like maybe a military budget? And
But you can come over here and suck my budget.
Scooting along.
But this is a pretty powerful realization.
Yeah. Oh,
and
Yeah,
sometimes
it's like
sometimes
Neo.
when people
It's out of
realize
the
it,
Matrix.
their mind breaks and they shoot up grocery stores full of people.
This is
Right.
there is a fine line between red pilling, ODing on a red pill, and black pilling.
Yeah.
There are 3 paths you can go down on this.
That guy's problem was he swallowed too many red pills too fast and couldn't handle it. He was just a Redditor with a mental illness.
I think he also swallowed a few black pills in there too. Almost all those red pillers take a few black pills.
He was already retarded though, and so a lot of people undergo that same thing without being themselves retarded and mentally ill and groomed by federal agents.
Yep.
So they go through this process, and they need people like John to hold
And
their
then
hair
there's
back.
whatever the fuck happened here in Texas today.
Grab your back. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
Holy
okay.
fuck, money is worth nothing, and my whole life is a lie.
Yep. Well, that's when you bring in the white pill. That little bit of hope.
Well, that can be difficult for people.
Yeah.
Again, they just encounter this. They just come to this realization. They just encounter this information. They just begin opening their eyes, and it's all too much for so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
A
that's
lot of
definitely
them
true.
shut down. They retreat from the realization. They go into a depression. They
Mhm.
never look back. It's all kinds of shit.
There's definitely a threshold that once you cross it, there's no going back. Like you don't hear about people becoming like going from an anarchist to like a neoliberal or something like that. Like that doesn't happen.
Usually
Yeah.
not.
I mean, I'm sure there's an example somewhere, but
Yeah,
like
there are some
that's
people with the
yeah,
willpower to survive that, but it's very rare that people with that level of willpower and intelligence can ever got into neoliberalism in the first place. I've seen some neoconservatives or paleoconservatives that have a little bit of neocon mixed in there. Basically, the ones that are like rah rah rah, we need to spread democracy types, combined
oh my
with
God.
the
Well,
concept of
you were
paleoconservatism.
you were talking a moment ago about people like Ted Kaczynski,
Hmm.
people
Yeah,
who are very intelligent and never were in the neoliberal game and
Yeah,
weren't ever gonna make that transition away from his
hmm.
philosophy too.
yeah,
Real
Yeah.
quick, I disagree here, Saint. He says white pills are ultimately pointless. I disagree. You need your sanity, especially if what you think your black pills are telling you are correct. You need the white pills to not go insane. You know, does that make sense? Like
Something that's
you need
worth your time.
something solid to hold on to, man. Otherwise, you're just gonna spiral, like Midget was talking about, and
yeah,
it's not good.
yeah.
You need the white pills. You need something to hold
You
on
need
to. I'd be like,
hope.
okay, this
If
is yeah,
people do not
exactly. You
have
hope
hope, they will not try to improve the situation.
Oh,
that,
what you
right?
need, dude, is responsibility. What you need is
Yeah,
meaningful
But
responsibility. You need
right,
you need hope to get somebody to take that on. You need to, because
right.
the
Who wants
thing
to
is,
take on
yeah,
responsibility
yeah,
without a reason to? Like,
unless
yeah.
you're putting a gun to their head and saying, if you don't do it, I'm killing you.
Well, that's not really
That
responsibility, is
yeah,
it?
that's not really responsibility. That is force.
Yeah,
That is coercion. The only way to get somebody to take on responsibility is there needs to be something positive at the end of the tunnel for them
right.
taking on
There needs to be a
responsibility.
reason.
That is the white pill. That if we
Right,
take on
right,
family,
responsibility, tighten our belts, our
start a family.
grandkids will have a better
right.
future.
Yeah, start a family is a
Yeah,
great white pill.
yeah.
Buying a house. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. I've actually applied for a mortgage, which is awesome. First time I've ever done something that adult in my life, so that'll be cool.
You have like a particular place in mind, right?
No, we're just getting
Yeah.
like pre-qualified or whatever,
Pre-approved.
so you can
Yeah,
lock in the interest rate before it starts going up again.
Yep.
yeah,
Trying to
nice.
get
Good
that
idea.
2.5
Yeah.
because I got that 2.5. I
Oh
am
yeah. I
not
don't know what mine's gonna
refinancing
be
this
yet.
one. Because
I don't know what mine's gonna
the thing is the Federal Reserve knows the right move right now to fix these problems, but it would completely tank the stock markets, investment, the housing markets.
be. Yeah.
They basically have to repeat what Reagan forced them to do in the early '80s, which is go to a 20% interest rate or higher.
Ooh, fuck me.
We're
No thanks.
talking rapid forced deflation of the currency.
Damn. No
And a
thank you.
lot of companies that are not focused on long term will not survive the process.
Yeah, wait until after I buy my house and you can do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you
Yeah,
want with
exactly. Get that pre
it.
qualify quick, John, because that is the only
We're in the
play left
process.
on the table
Right.
that will get
We're in
us out of this. Unless they want to go for like a global simultaneous default.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck
So,
All
that.
right, well, shall we?
yep.
We shall.
Oh, this one. I think to a point we're all kind of middle guy.
This is a white pill.
Yeah.
Two men dressed as FBI agents attempt to break in the house. Homeowner opens fire. You got left libertarian saying, I kind of feel bad for the robbers. Right libertarian be like, nice, bro. Robbers fucked around and found out. The guy,
Ah,
robbers?
robbers. They were what?
Huh? I mean, yeah, of course I knew that. Yeah. I mean,
Of
they didn't
course they
tell
were
me.
robbers. Of course.
Yeah, the FBI.
I totally didn't use something that can go through level 4 plates.
Oh, man.
I totally didn't use armor piercing 50 cal.
Yeah, dude, I'm in like in a group on Facebook, like a meme group. That's the only reason I use Facebook is to collect memes. And
Yeah.
one of them is That sounds a lot like something an ATF agent would say is one of the groups. And so there's a lot of LARPing, people being like, oh, what's your guys' favorite felonies to commit, and shit like that.
Oh,
And then of
my
course
favorite was a video we had a while back in that same vein. And the guy says, "Hey, is that gun at so and so?" And the guy goes, "Are those level 4 plates?" Okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, moving on to Papa Elon.
All right, cool. We use this moment to take a break real quick and make a drink. I'll be right back.
No problem.
It's cool that Elon shared this one, that it was him shared this one.
Yeah. Well, he's at least up enough on meme culture to know the power it has. He's just not always on the mark. He's still a little boomer.
It's all right. I mean, he participates. We live in a society.
Yeah.
We live in a society.
Elon. Wait, it's all bots?
Yeah, always has been. Yeah, I guess that's the Twitter board, right?
Yep.
Dude, I think he's totally right. Like, absolutely. I can't believe that people have been slurping up that bullshit on their quarterly investment calls every quarter. Like, talking about it's a minimum at 5%, daily active users. That's bullshit.
Oh, Twitter is in for a world of hurt. Their best play is to renegotiate a much lower price with Elon at this point.
They fucking better not, dude. I got a bunch of money in Twitter stock because of this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, not enough to where it's gonna ruin me, but like it's enough to where I can miss it. I'll miss it if it's gone.
Yeah. John, you jumped on the roller coaster. Why are you expecting it not to go down?
I want the lawsuit. I want the class action.
You know that's going to take years to go through.
Whatever, dude. I'm not losing this money. It's staying.
And that's assuming that Twitter doesn't use what few favors they have left with the Silicon Valley court system to throw it out with prejudice.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So.
I mean, that's going to suck, though.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, as soon as Elon bought the 9% of the stock, I was like, let me go ahead and throw some money in here, see what's going on. Then he announced that he was going to buy it. And I was like, here, let's put some more in there.
You're bad at stonks.
Yeah. Moving on to the next one. This one's a bit of a word salad, but we need our green text reader.
This is me?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay, I'll read it then. Be me.
Well, I'm better reading.
Yes.
So
there you go.
Be me. 30 years old now. Grew up without a father. Mom used to make me dinner and we would watch King of the Hill. Always admired Hank Hill. Face. Begin to model my life after him in my 20s. Oh, God.
That's really cringe.
Have this thing where I ask myself, Mr. Hill do when important decisions come up. Generally works out for me. Save me from some costly mistakes through my life. Dedicate myself to working hard throughout my 20s. Had plenty saved up before COVID. Multiple high-risk factors like asthma. Able to go on extended leave without too much to worry about. Just brought a propane grill. Are you proud of me, Dad?
I mean, like, well, okay, like, while you're laughing at him, though, I mean, he found, that thing that he needed. Like, he found the father figure.
He escaped the single mother trap.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And he's much less likely to continue that, that course with someone else, like making someone else a single mother.
Yeah.
He's much more likely to be,
yeah, exactly,
dedicated to one woman and, that sort of thing. Yeah. So he's also likely to drink a lot of beer, though, but I mean, that's fine.
What's the name of the creator of King of the Hill?
It was Mike Judge, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Mike Judge.
Yeah, dude. He's definitely cool.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Judge was the voice.
He was the creator, too.
Hank Hill, that's right.
Hank Hill, yeah. Hank Hill was
he was the creator.
He was based off the one dude in Beavis and Butthead that they would always, like, fuck with. They'd do work for him or whatever and, like, fuck up his house. Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
God dang it, Bobby.
He's like, were you two the ones whacking off of my shit? Like, shit like that.
Damn,
really
13 seasons, 259 episodes.
Wow, in 13 seasons, that seems
It
like
was a
not
great
a lot.
fucking show.
Yeah.
It
It
had
was
a
a
good
great
ending too.
I've never actually watched it all the way through. I've watched like the first 2 seasons because they're on Hulu right now, and I stole
Oh
my mom's
Lord.
Hulu.
Consume current thing.
This
Well,
is not current
This
thing.
is
This like
not current
10-year-old
thing. This ended in
This is not current thing.
2009.
Yeah,
All
this
right,
is not
but
current thing. This is past
regardless,
current
like
thing.
you're financing current thing with
No,
your.
my mom is financing current thing.
I see. I bet she's all
Just use
about
her
current
account.
thing. I
Um,
bet she's all about current thing.
she doesn't really like consume,
Oh
except for
yeah.
wine. She consumes wine. I'll give her that. She does do
Ah,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah, she does.
yeah, outside of that, she doesn't really consume. Like,
That's funny.
yeah, she'll laugh if she heard me say that. But yeah, um, yeah, it was like one year for I think it was for Christmas or her birthday. One of those. I bought her like this big. It's like a big funnel that goes on a wine glass, but it's like in the shape of a wine glass, so you can just like drink almost like it's out of the bottle. She's never used it, but it was a gag gift. It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
It's
what a
a wine
nice
glass,
gift you got your mom for her birthday. Something she'll never use.
right? She thought it was
Bet
funny.
she
We made
laughed
it,
at maybe one time, and
and we're laughing about it now here, and we're sharing it with all of our friends on the porch. Okay,
yep, yep,
it's
she'll
I got my
remember it
money's worth.
forever that time that you didn't get her something really nice.
I got her something else too. Jeez. You don't just get a gag gift and that's it. You get like the gag gift, you get that first, and then you give them the real gift, right? You
Oh,
give
here's what I got for
them,
you.
Oh, hey, Katie Zed's
that's
here.
shitty.
We haven't even gotten
Hey,
to the
Katie
segment yet, so that's good.
Oh, we gotta start
Season
over though. She
time.
wants us to start over. Let's start
Okay,
over.
got it. Going back to the first meme. So,
Stocks down. Good. Sweet. Move on. Next.
okay, moving on. So here you go. We need soy voice.
I can't believe it's monkeypox season already. I still have my Ukraine decorations up.
Do you want to kill
imagine-
Grandma?
Could you imagine giving a fuck about Ukraine? Like, think about that for a second. Imagine what it'd be like.
I mean, I have
Give
no
a shit
fucks to
about
give about
Ukraine.
it. Can I laugh at the whole situation? Is that allowed?
I mean, I'm not sure that much of it is funny, but I
Well,
suppose if you thought,
it's one
If you make a
dictatorship
kid
fighting
joke
another
about it-
dictatorship, and we're claiming one's a democracy.
yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
we're saying the one's evil and the other one's like the bastion of good.
When
It's
they're both
fucking
evil as
stupid
fuck.
shit.
I hate
Right,
both
it's
of them. I
stupid
want both
shit.
of them dead.
Right. In fact, I hope they kill each other. Right.
Yeah.
The dictators, not the people are innocent. What I find, but like, yeah.
Yeah, fuck those groin spuds.
Hmm.
Sorry, dictators. I meant dictators.
They should do.
Yeah.
They just have the two dictators have like a gladiator fight in an arena.
Oh, you know that even though he's older, Putin would fucking
Putin
win because he's got the
would fucking-
KGB training. He's got that KGB training,
Yeah.
man.
He would destroy that ferry. What are you talking about? Of course, absolutely. Putin would absolutely wreck.
Know what he'll
him. But,
do?
like, the point
He'll
is-
just say a code
no,
word and
it's not.
Zelensky will suddenly start espousing communism.
Yeah, that's true.
He
He'll just
activates
kill
the
himself.
chip in every Ukrainian. So,
Yeah, we can move on though.
yep.
Thank
This
you.
is one, John, you need to explain this one a little bit.
Okay, so this is if you want to back out of this real quick and
Yeah.
show the actual tweet. There we go. So trigger warning. So this is from apparently Dave Chappelle's when Dave Chappelle was opening for John Mulaney, who I didn't know was out of rehab, so good for him. Good on John Mulaney.
Whoa,
But-
that tall child looks terrible.
He's really funny. He's like
Oh, yeah.
legitimately funny though. I really like him. But anyway, so yeah, they did some kind of Netflix event. I think it was like Netflix is a joke or whatever. I forget what it's called. But they did some kind of Netflix event, and so Dave Chappelle came out, and he was like a surprise guest. So no one knew he was going to be there. And so this is someone who was there, supposedly. They're recounting of the jokes that were told. So here's why we have a trigger warning for transphobia, racism, which is anti-Asian racism, rape, it's implied, which I think means inferred, bestiality, implied, not safe for work mentions, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is his own trigger warning. Okay, at Mulaney TWT, which I guess is his Twitter. Oomph, so sick. Oomph, oomph, so sick. So we can go with the first thing there, if you will, sir. Thank you. Okay. So I went to see John Mulaney at Red Rocks, which, by the way, is a fucking phenomenal arena. I would love to go there sometime. It's open air, and anyway, there was a surprise opener. It was Dave fucking Chappelle. I didn't know his middle name was fucking, but the second he came on stage, I was scared. By the time he was done, I thought I was gonna throw up. My sister actually left and had a breakdown. I don't have a video, phone logs, but here's as exact a transcript as I can manage.
Oh my
Trigger warning
God.
ahead, same shit. I had a special come out a while ago, says, I assume Dave Chappelle. If we can move on to the next slide. Next slide.
Oh my
Okay,
God, he's
yeah.
gonna transcribe the.
Sorry,
The
had to
people-
deal with something quickly.
The people who got upset by it, I guess they didn't listen all the way until the end. True, because I didn't have a problem with trans people. I really didn't. But I do now. He says, uproarious laughter. Which is obviously not a great joke, but it's it's expected. And there was
It's
such a back.
topical.
Right. Well, yeah, it's like that's the point of comedy, right? So it's the last thing that you expect them to say, right? He's
Yeah.
just your thing, but I do now, right? And there was such a backlash. I mean, an uproar, and now I can't tell jokes about trans people ever again, and I won't on TV, right? If I were to tell my producers, "Hey, identify as Chinese," and then I came in offensive ching chong, aggressive ching chong, bing bong bong bong, and the one Chinese guy there was like, "This isn't right." Or what if
Yeah.
Oh, what if I was
sent to prison? And I say, no, man, I'm a woman. I identify as a woman. I'm going to woman's prison. And guess the first thing I do when I got in there? Yeah, you bitches better do my laundry. I'm gonna.
Ooh.
So
And then-
does that dog actually help with anything or just keep you company?
Oh.
You think if you put a little peanut butter down there, I bet he would. He'd help you out. Oh my God. Did he
Yeah,
really
like
say that? Oh wow.
I mean, he probably did, but like that's the thing about reading jokes, right? It misses everything
all
about
the
the joke.
context, all the
All the
fact that
context, like
he's trying to get the crowd to hate him a little bit or go, oh,
right. He's looking for
making
that
himself the joke.
right. It's like that's the problem with like reading a joke, like a stand-up joke, because that's not how that works. You're missing everything else that was going
It's
alongside.
terrible. I can't believe this person is like transcribing a comedy show.
Yeah,
Right.
like court
ever
stenographer
done-
shit.
Yeah. Can he pick stuff up? Like, can he pick beer bottles? He can. I'll give you $700 right now, or for that dog right now. All right. I'm not really sure what that's about.
That's funny though.
Yeah. Later, to two girls in the audience. Hey, you girls, boys, does it even matter anymore? It seemed like this. Oh, that was it. This transcript does not include jokes comparing Ukraine to Vietnam, jokes about Russia's ineffectiveness, like he wants it to succeed. Oh my god.
Wait, he's making fun of the Russians.
Does
Right,
he
that's what it
think
seems like.
anything other than Russia bad? He must be pro-Russia.
But he's making fun of the Russians. Saying,
Does
look
he
at how
think
ineffective they
anything
are.
other than the approved narrative exactly line for line?
In fact, it seems like comparing Ukraine to Vietnam means like comparing Ukraine to the Vietnamese, and then Russia to the United States. Meaning, as in the Vietnamese, well, yeah, they lost way more guys. They ultimately won that war. So it seems like it's
Well,
pretty pro
through hearts
Ukraine.
and minds, if you actually look at militarily, if we sent like
Well,
one
yeah.
tank north, we would have won that shit.
You know
Well, I mean, yeah,
what?
of course,
The
it's horrible,
IMF
yes,
still
but-
enslaved them, John. The IMF still enslaved them.
Yeah, well,
They're still working in our sweatshops, bro.
that's fair. That's fair.
We
But
conquered
the
them
point
in
is-
the end.
The point that I'm saying though is that to the mainstream, view of this is that okay, if Ukraine is Vietnam, Russia is the United States. Vietnam won technically, so like Ukraine is going to win against Russia, and that's what he's talking about. So like I'm not sure exactly where this he wants them to succeed. Like no, it looks like he's making fun of them, but we don't have the transcripts. So what are we gonna do? And then or John Mulaney's post-set comments about Dave being one of his best friends. How dare he like another comedian? So TLDR, I like this. I was forced to see Dave Chappelle. She was held down, strapped to the chair, and
Clockwork
her eyes
Oranged.
orange style,
Yeah.
and she was forced to see Dave Chappelle. His jokes included comparing transgender people to racist and rapists. He also encouraged a disabled person in the audience to force her service dog to perform oral sex on her. Doesn't seem like he encouraged it. He was just asking, and it was you can say it was like off color or whatever, fine.
Welcome
But like,
welcome to
encouraged.
non-recorded comedy. They go a lot
Right.
farther than what you
And
see
then
on
Well,
TV.
I mean, when you see a white woman and a dog,
Midget.
Right. There's definitely a correlation.
you
Not
just
necessarily
know. You
Yeah.
just know.
Right, especially with how much they might love their dog. And Katie Z, do you have anything to say about this?
Huh.
See, you know what I did there?
Well, a single white woman, I'll say,
Yeah.
and a
Yeah,
dog.
fair enough. Sarcasm doesn't come through in text; it must be verbalized. Exactly. It's very funny. Very difficult to be funny in text form. I disagree. I'm funny all the time in text form.
Well, yeah, because you're retarded. In text
Well, yeah.
form.
So, you know.
We're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
laughing with
So,
you, John. We're laughing at you.
but
am.
you are laughing.
You got me there. Scooting along. So this one, you have to survive 20 minutes with one of them to receive $100 million.
This is an easy one for me, so I'll let you guys go ahead first.
Well, obviously it's the gator.
Yeah, of course.
All you do is get on its back and hold its mouth
What?
shut.
Whoa, why do you have to be all violent, dude? He's just chilling. The gator's likely to just chill by the water and hang out and like not even give a fuck about you.
Well, if it's going after you, you have to control its mouth somehow.
Well, of course, yeah, no, of course. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm running under the assumption that it's pissed off and it wants you dead.
oh,
Well,
that's still
I
even then.
think
the gator would be-
there's other implications in this that, like, we're somehow trapped in an enclosed space.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. If
if
we're not,
we're
just
moving-
once you get past the gator's initial strike, just go on a light walk or a brisk
no,
walk
what
away.
I'm saying is like, yeah, if you had to be with them, like you couldn't go away, but you weren't.
Yeah.
It would be ideal if you weren't obviously in a small enclosed space like a room with them. But even if you were in like an enclosure with them for 20 minutes at a zoo, I
Yeah.
think if that were the case, I think I'd actually have a good shot at surviving with the bear.
Oh, it's possible. I mean, I don't know. The gators are much more chill. The bear might get curious and come hang out with you. The gator's not going to give a fuck.
Yeah, gator might not give a fuck. You're right.
And again, the gator,
The
you just need
hippo
to
is
keep distance
probably
from
on
it.
that same level, but once the hippo's motivated to hate you, dude, there's no
Yeah.
change in his fucking mind.
They kill more than like lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
They
Like,
kill
yeah.
motherfuckers too. They kill.
Yeah, all the
They're
time.
like
They're
the
like,
leading cause of death in a lot of countries in Africa and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
tigers
fucking vicious.
get their fair share too.
Right. So we have to determine like how well fed they are, because I mean that determines most of it.
Yeah.
Because as long as you're
Their
not fucking with them
motivation,
and they're well
yeah.
fed, they're not going to mess with you. They don't care about you.
Yeah.
Right.
give a
Is
shit.
there a way that I'm sure I could placate though? Honestly, I think I'd have a better chance at either like intimidating or placating the bear for a period of 20 minutes than like the big cat. I guess
Oh yeah,
like
don't fuck
just
with big cats.
Definitely not the cat. Yeah.
you could I like cats, but I know them and I know that like once they've decided that much like the hippo, once they've decided that they want to do something with you, like you're not really going to
That's
change their mind.
that's the end of that. Yeah, that's the end of you.
Right. And they're agile. So whereas John says the gator, as a good Florida man would,
Yeah, I'm more comfortable around them. For sure.
And again, if assuming all three of these want you dead the second you're in there, you got the best shot with the gator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Because the bear wants you dead, you're not winning that fight.
You're dead. Yeah.
Same thing with the tiger. Same thing with the hippo. The
right.
gator,
But with the gator,
all you have to do is survive its initial strikes, get on top of it, and as long as you can kind of bear hug its mouth, it's going nowhere.
and not only that, but like, assuming that you're not in the water with the gator,
Yeah.
the gator's a lot less agile than the rest.
Yeah.
It's fast. Don't get me wrong. You can run up to like 30 miles an hour or some shit. It's ridiculous. But it can't turn.
Yeah.
It actually has to stop and turn to be able to
It's like a
move
tank
again.
almost.
Right. So as long as you can get, around, like you run at a 90-degree angle and then run
Mhm.
Climb a
at a
tree.
angle, you can get behind
Yeah.
it and you can fucking jump on its back and you've got it for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
As long as you don't fuck up.
Yeah.
The rest of them, they're pretty agile and fast and they can fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I think the best
Hippo not
chance would be
super
the gator.
agile, but I mean, a creature that size at full speed, it clips you, you're going down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Well, the gator will still take your legs out and shit.
it's head crunching time.
Because like with the
Well,
gator, I know it looks short, but like when they run, they stand up like fully on their legs. And they're actually pretty tall.
Yeah.
When they actually like fully stand up.
Yeah.
So they
Well.
can really fuck with you though. They can really fuck you up.
Oh, apparently it's a crocodile and an alligator, but okay, come on. They act similar.
Wait, no, that's a rounded snout. Rounded snout is an alligator. The pointed snout is a crocodile.
We also got a bad angle.
Pretty sure that's a gator.
So.
It is a bad angle, but I'm pretty.
so.
That's too round.
But again, the strategy is
That's
similar
a
for both of
gator.
them.
That's an alligator.
It's
It's not.
definitely a gator.
The jaw is not wide enough to be a croc.
Yep. So, scooting along, I guess. Unzoom, unenhance.
Help make this happen, says our anti-work trannies.
You mean you want me to do some work? Ugh.
I'd help organize. Yeah, I'll bet you would, you non-working motherfucker. I'll bet you organize real good from your fucking computer chair. You
Yeah.
terminally online neat.
Neat.
Touch grass, faggot.
Look, I might be a weeb, but I'm not one of those degenerate fucking neats.
That's true.
This
You do have
will happen if Roe fails. Guaranteed. Our
Guaranteed.
white people Twitter. That's a thing.
How are you gonna guarantee that?
The moment Roe falls, says Mr. Every Correct Flag, every woman and girl in this country who values being able to make decisions about her own body should stop working in the largest coordinated protest in U.S. history that brings the entire nation and economy through the roof. Suddenly, young men everywhere have
jobs.
openings.
And then
Right?
the women don't have jobs. And then they have to pair off
now
with the
they can
men
earn
to
a
get
fucking
resources.
wage at demand
Mhm.
that they can demand because of a lack of competition in the workforce. And then women, the horror, can be, occupied with the extremely fulfilling duty of raising and caring for a family, which is a full-time fucking job. To be done right, to be done in a meaningful way. It is
almost
a lot of
always
hard work.
Yep, it's almost always work from home as well. The hours are demanding but very flexible in comparison.
Yeah.
Unbelievable that I'm sorry, but like Jesus. We can't coexist. This doesn't work. The experiment has failed. Like, we can't coexist. This can't continue. You see what happened when we opened the show. Things are falling
Everything's
apart.
falling apart.
The beginning of our show is just a reflection of this country at this point. It just completely fell apart.
And every single one of us, let me bring it up again. We're this guy right now. All three of us are this guy right in the center. We're just smiling.
Yes.
Just bring on the collapse, boys. So, And then and John, you got a little, kind of not a reply to this specifically, but something kind of situationally interesting.
Well, so yeah, so it's kind of the general idea, except for I think I expressed it in a different way. So what I said was, it's amazing how the left will revert the worst parts of the worst ideologies on the planet, and then act like it's not only new but also good.
Yeah.
So if you're in a place, which I think is apt, I think that's a good tweet, solid one. Three other people agree. Um, but so even if you take out worst, the word worst out of there, they still reverse engineer everything because, as we know, they can't create; they can only adopt or destroy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, they'll talk about, like, especially with the Roe versus Wade thing, where they're like, "Oh, well, we're going to go on a sex strike. We're not going to have sex unless the man is actually able to take care of the child." Like, won't that show
And
them?
all us pro-lifers are like,
Yeah.
yes, do that, please.
Right,
Unironically.
you're just creating housewives again. Like,
Yeah,
you're
thank
doing
you.
the exact like, what are you talking about? And then the last one was was a good example of that too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It was like you're just creating housewives again. Like you're creating the very thing that you
Based.
said you hate before.
Fucking based and red pilled.
Right. Like you're just going in a circle at this point. You're just recreating the shit that you claim to hate.
Yep.
So
Because you can't admit that you're wrong.
right.
So scooting along. Oh. Ugh.
Sorry.
This one I put in there just so that the porch can appreciate a triggering of. I did this to trigger you.
Well,
I'll get you guys later. Don't worry.
I'll get you. If it's the last thing I do.
How will this help us sell nugs? Nugs?
Nugs.
Also, I'd argue that chicken nuggets that come from chickens are plant-based because you got to feed the chickens something.
Oh my
Usually
Lord.
corn.
GMO corn, no less.
Right. I mean, they get big chickens.
GMO corn.
If done right,
Right.
it's not a problem. It's just not really done right because the guys doing it are, I wouldn't call them crazy. It's just they're profit motivated and they want more control.
And fucking soy. I bet they're feeding the chickens soybeans too. God
Oh,
damn it.
probably.
Oh yeah.
But corn does make some pretty good whiskey. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Makes solid.
I'm
whiskey.
enjoying it right now.
Yep. So, scoot along. This one. I don't know if this is a right winger pretending to be a left winger warning them, or if this left winger actually has seen the warnings coming from right wingers like me.
Like how there's a specific echo chamber for the few leftists who have, and there are some who have joined our channels.
Yeah.
A few leftists who have made these realizations, listened to their intuition, and realized, right, that there's something wrong with the narrative.
Yeah.
Well, so Midget, you and I both know that those people do exist because we were once those people.
Yes, indeed.
So we know that those people exist. They do exist. They are unicorns.
I'm grooming one now too.
Oh, dude, look at you being a groomer. Okay,
Oh yeah,
groomer.
dude, I'm grooming this guy. But like he already, like I said, the groundwork is laid. He's already there.
And whether they end
Right?
up more in my paleocon libertarian camp or your anarchist camp, we can live side by side without trouble with each other. We'll
Right.
leave each other alone or occasionally engage in mutually beneficial trade
Right.
that we both
that's fine.
volunteer to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will leave each other the fuck alone.
Well, you can
Yeah.
come over and hang out and we'll have a few drinks together and
Oh,
smoke a
yeah.
stogie. Fine.
I'm talking about the ideologies. We'll try
Right,
to
right.
separate
No,
themselves a
Is
little
it
bit.
Murray Rothbard's tolerance thing? The tolerance of intolerance. Is that Rothbard?
That might be Rothbard. I don't know.
So, but yeah,
Tolerating.
here we go.
All right, so should I soy voice
Tolerated
it?
the intolerant? Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a Rothbard thing.
But yeah, I'll read this one. Reading tweets from unhinged pro-mandates liberals is frightening for two reasons. One, they are supporting fascist, discriminatory policies that ruin many people's lives. Two, they are laying the groundwork for an extreme right-wing backlash. All these smug liberals salivating over punishing anti-vaxxers or Trump supporters have no fucking clue what they're in for. Biden will not be the president forever. A right-winger will be elected at some point, and boy, will the right want to fight back. They're setting dangerous precedents that will be used against the left. I
It's
think about-
almost like
yeah.
this guy knows right-wing individuals and speaks to them frankly.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
Speaks to them
stuff like
often.
abortion and perhaps even gay rights are on the chopping block. It'll be near impossible to formulate an argument for abortion since most feminists have now thrown bodily autonomy out the window. I can even see eugenics making a comeback. The vax ports and discrimination based on medical status have already laid the groundwork for this. The entire free healthcare debate is a total joke now, and the door has been opened for all kinds of medical discrimination. The whole idea of sacrificing yourself or your child's well-being for the greater good is exactly the same logic as eugenicists rely on.
Correct. Yes.
I fixed that grammar a little bit. I can easily see an argument on why, for example, poor people should be restricted on how many kids they can have for the greater good. Liberals have no fucking clue how dangerous what they're doing is, and eventually it will come for them.
Okay, so hang on. So to this person, stop being a leftist.
Yeah.
Because all collectivism in general is all predicated on the greater good. The very foundation of any kind of collectivist ideology is for the greater good. Knock it off.
You have to be actively anti-leftist.
Right.
All apologist leftists support systems of leftism that are inherently, communist in nature and contrary to the human experience, and thus against natural law, and should be eschewed. And again, it upholds these leftist institutions and these systems of leftist oppression and communism, and it's not good enough to be not leftist. You have to be actively anti-leftist.
I like you're using the language against them.
Oh no,
That was libertarian. That was Jo Jorgensen.
Yeah.
During her campaign, she said it's not enough to be anti-racist. It's not enough to not be racist. You must be actively anti-racist. That was Jo Jorgensen.
And that's when the Libertarian Party died in America.
It was dead a long time ago, but hopefully soon. Our boys in Reno at the end of the month here coming up.
Question: are they pro-borders or anti-borders?
The Mises Caucus, I believe, are pro-borders.
Got it. Then there's a chance the party can reignite itself.
No, I mean, I think if anyone can, it's those guys, the Mises Caucus guys.
Yeah.
Because they're going to Reno, and dude, every election that they've had at the state level they've swept. Like I'm talking about, they completely took over states, and they're about to go to Reno with like a vengeance, and it's going to be fucking incredible.
And the thing is, Libertarian Party should be focusing on state level, because the smart move would be get enough states in their pocket to either get their platforms adopted by a national level one, or utilize constitutional convention to defang the federal government.
No, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that is the smartest move.
Really cool.
While simultaneously throwing a monkey wrench into the federal level stuff, so the federal level doesn't crack down on the state level.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Is that these guys, Joshua Smith especially, I believe he's running for vice chair of the National Party, and that dude is fucking awesome on every issue. Like I have not disagreed with him on a single thing, other than that the government should exist. But even then, he's like, he's one of those. I'm going to use the government for my own, for the good, But
isn't that nice and beautiful
Elephant Man.
to listen to?
Actually, he's talking about IQ in the chat. IQ is actually a very good indicator of intelligence. It's actually the best measure we have for success.
Right, but so when you talk about intelligence, though, intelligence, at least in my opinion, as I understand it, intelligence is your ability to learn. That's
ability and speed, because you can have people that are low intelligence but have wisdom, but they tend to be older.
John, modern IQ tests are not. They are free of cultural context. They are really just pattern recognition exercises. And they get more and more complicated.
Yeah, and the better you are recognizing patterns.
Right. Yep. To what degree are you able to understand the workings of what you're seeing? So it's cross-cultural in the sense that like anyone can perform these exercises.
Well, that's good.
And as the test progresses, the patterns and sequences become more complex.
Right.
And so you're supposed to get, you get 3 symbols, and you choose the next one, right? And you go for as long
Okay.
as you can. So you go for as long as you can until you choose to give up, and then they calculate it based on how many you got right, and then
Yeah.
how many you actually completed, how long it took.
And again, non-repetitive labor is full of pattern recognitions that people don't recognize. It's just recognizing the patterns that don't come
Yes.
up frequently, or they come up irregularly. That's why repetitive manual labor has been pretty heavily replaced by automation and machinery, and we're seeing the replacement with
Shit.
virtual intelligence of repetitive mental
Yeah.
tasks.
Quest said that he tested at 158. That is like beyond
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah,
I think it's like 140, I believe, was genius.
something like that. Yeah.
I only got like I think I got like 126, 123.
Yeah.
Like I got
Oh,
higher than
also he was
average, but
tested when
like
he was 8.
not like a
Remember,
ton.
the
I was
younger
shooting
you
in
are
there.
when you get the test, the less accurate it is.
Oh, that might be fair.
Yeah.
I think I was like 18. I was
Well,
like
he
in the
scored
process of
exceptionally well on his SATs, so
I did yeah, I did really well in the
yeah.
SATs too.
So
Oh yeah, I got 1390, so I was pretty close
yeah.
to him.
I don't even remember what my SAT score. I think they were decent. I'm not the best
Yeah.
test taker or student, so
I'm an amazing test taker. When
yeah.
it came to anything else, I sucked. But when it came to tests, I would always fucking come through. That's the only reason I passed high school
I've got
because I could
some
take
company.
tests.
I've got some company here at the porch. We're gonna
Yeah.
partake in the devil's lettuce for a while. We'll hang out with you if that's all right.
Moving on to the
Wait,
next
what?
one.
Yeah, sound okay?
And we get into the segment.
Yeah, do it. Let's do it.
Did you
Cheeky
forget
segment.
about January 6th?
No, gas was $2.19 a gallon.
uh,
Man, you guys are smarter than me. Even Katie's that smarter than me. That's not fair.
yeah.
She's a woman. Oh, that's what it was. She took the woman's IQ test, so it was like graded differently.
Well,
I'm just
John,
kidding.
remember there are exceptions.
No, I know.
So, then the next one.
Yeah, that's another Katie's admin.
You're gonna
Yeah,
be
me
waiting for a
waiting.
while, Katie. You're gonna be waiting for a long, long while. And the final one,
Yeah,
one for
final.
us,
Oh yes, this was an
Yep.
exclusive.
exclusive. Katie, I'm on vacation till Monday. Have fun at work, sucka. Me. But the boys need memes. And then Katie Zed sent us this.
I'm on vacation. The boys need memes. I got you, brother. She's going on
Then
vacation.
Mr. Zed comes out.
Smack right in the face.
And she's like, "No, you don't."
we got 4 memes. That was all we could get.
So now we're moving into the stories. Yep. I think Mijjt kind of disappeared, so the stories will probably breeze through.
Damn, that sucks. I gotta pee like really bad. All right, so
I can handle the show for a couple minutes. I'll talk with the chat.
All right, yeah, because I don't want to talk
Hello,
about this shit
chat.
anyway.
Hello, chat. John and Mijjt are gone, so it's just you and me. So, chat. What would you like to talk about? I'm seeing a bunch of stuff about SATs and intelligence. Howdy, Leaf. How you doing tonight, buddy? Yeah, just general. Yeah, well. Well, I guess I'll just chat with y'all while we're killing time here, since, John has the bladder of a peanut. And I just, hoping your week is all going well, guys. Mine's so far going okay. Got a 3-day weekend coming up. No, we're not talking about half tracks, High Leaf. And thank you, Quest Fanning. I know I'm your favorite of the boys. Oh, thank you, Elephant Man. I might be the best. Of course I am.
am back.
I'm the only one that stayed here. John's back. Apparently, I'm officially the best porch boy now.
No, in fact, I was actually coming back to apologize that we had to inflict Seawall upon the chat. I apologize, you guys, but but yeah. See, Quest Fanning, I like Seawall. He's cool, and then Ed's like, Fanning, did you just have a stroke? Like, yeah, what's going on there? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, he's all right for a white boy. Seawall's okay for a white boy,
Thank you, Katie. I'll make sure to bring something nice for 4th of July.
Don't tell the others. Well, I'm gonna bring something nice too. Don't worry. Me and Mijjt both are bring something nice.
I'll bring a little bit of whiskey, some wine.
Another thing that starts with W.
Waffles.
As long as,
well,
as, long
we're
as
gonna go to
Katie's
Waffle House.
that, of course.
So.
Well, that too, yeah.
2 a.m. Waffle House run after the party.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So are we on to this article then?
Yeah, we're on this article. Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, it's kind of a quickie. There's some fun bits of this that I want to get to, so scroll down for me.
Just tell me when to stop.
Okay. China's trying to navigate the biggest COVID outbreak without a tool it could have had many months ago. Okay, so get this. The news flash is that China has not adopted an mRNA COVID vaccine. Okay? These people are not comfortable, if you read between the lines. That means they're not comfortable. They haven't mastered the technology, as in, A, they haven't managed to rip it off yet, and B, they're not comfortable with the safety profile of the mRNA fucking vaccine. And they're saying, no, this is not the means by which we're going to do it. So they haven't approved one for use, even emergency use. Fucking Chinese communists are not using this shit.
Well, actually, they're not really communists.
There's also the theory that China kind of wants COVID to run rampant in the older population to deal with their population bomb issue. Kill off a lot of the old so they don't have to worry about it as much.
They can ease the child restrictions.
Authorized in Hong Kong and Macau and other Western, fucking footholds into globo-homo footholds into otherwise, otherworldly China. So scroll down just a little bit more.
Real quick, are we the Jews of China?
Yes.
We're subverting
well, also don't forget China are also love subverting. They don't like global homo not because they don't like global homo. They don't like global homo because they want to be the ones in control of it.
Right. They want to be the Jews. They have studied the Jews. They want to be the Jews.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not capable like the Jews are. They're not going to be as good at being Jews, but maybe one day they'll be the world's Jews, and that's what they want.
Inshallah, dude. Let's see. We'll hope
all right,
that happens.
So get this. Studies have consistently shown you guys that vaccination with mRNA vaccines made by Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna offer the best protection against hospitalization. Okay, now that we've gotten through that fucking shill sentence, right? Jeez, wasn't that a fucking struggle to get through? No punctuation, just buzzwords, right? Consistently shown, as we all know, Chinese vaccines made with older technology, as in, traditional vaccines, have proved fairly effective, right? So,
also the J&J vaccine, if you have to get it, I'd probably say that'd be the safest bet.
boys, real quick.
Regulars have not publicly said why they have not acted. The mRNA vaccines are authorized in much of the world and have proven safe and effective. But the Chinese health official and another person involved said they held back because they want to master the technology.
No, they
In
want to see
China.
how it works everywhere else. They're using the rest of the world as a
Bullshit
petri
is
dish.
right. My buddy says, and he's right. Yeah, me and Jake are here on the porch hanging out. But
Jake.
yeah, even he smells the bullshit from here. Could you imagine? The fucking shy comms are not using this crap, even though it's used throughout the world and it's proven safe and effective.
I don't think the Japanese are using it either, or the Koreans.
I wouldn't. I haven't. Anyway, so real quick
That's
though,
fun.
call that
That's
audible.
fun that I wanted to add that.
So we got an audible here.
This is fresh, hot off the presses,
Yep.
super fresh and dank.
That's hilarious. That is fucking super dank.
Yeah. It also, look, it's not confirmed yet, but the story that we know for sure so far is shooter yeeted his own grandma, ran from the cops
Right.
into a school, and then started
Survive.
yeeting the
Grandma's
kids.
expected to survive. Also,
What was that?
the grandma's expected to survive as well.
Oh, okay.
That shit's funny, dude. That
Yeah.
shit's hilarious. Oh my
Fucking
god.
hilarious, dude.
And
That's
it's
fucking
been
on point.
semi-confirmed
on point.
there are possible images of this individual out there with a transgender
Lord.
flag wearing a dress.
And having tits. So that's all well and good. I don't know how true those are, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to yeah.
I'm just saying that,
That's fair.
4chan's pretty good at finding stuff, and that's where our source is.
Yeah, but they're also, we only remember the times that they were right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a bias, so I would say let's hang on.
Yeah. As I
You know,
said,
with that-
it's not fully confirmed, but it's definitely in the
Right.
chuckle-worthy camps right now.
I mean, it certainly looks like the same person, is what I'm going to say, and that's it. I don't know
Give
anything
some more
else.
deep dives to, find his social media and things like that, and we'll get confirmation after that.
You get a fucking
Right.
cat.
But that I'm not going to read it out loud because we'll probably get shut down. But that shit is funny.
Yep, but moving on.
Hilarious. Man.
So here we go.
That's fucking hilarious.
All right. This one, I think the title alone says everything.
He wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking. You think he went through life not thinking? You think he lived his
Mother-
life up to that point without a single meaningful thought in his fucking skull?
Mother mourns son killed in Alexandria carjacking attempt.
Yeah, I wonder if the father mourns his son.
Jordan
We can ask him.
Poteet, 18,
Where's
was a
his
student
dad?
at Suitland High School in Maryland.
Yeah, he was going to school. He was going to school. He wasn't thinking, and it led to him losing his life. Well, there's some wisdom, isn't it? Some fucking wisdom right there. I mean, sorry, mama. That's your now 18 years of your life gone. There it is. Did you
That's
care?
sad. That's
Did
still
you
sad.
care? Did you give a
The
fuck?
teens
Up to
used a
this
gun
point?
to try to get the
Yeah.
driver to give up his keys, police said, but the driver had a gun too. And he started
Oh,
blasting.
The driver had a gun too. Wouldn't you know that?
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I thought criminals obeyed the laws. That's right.
Stay
I
strapped.
thought
Stay
criminals
strapped
were
out there.
supposed
This is
to-
it, dude.
There was a law against him having a gun.
Safe space, there's no guns.
That's right. You can't go
The mother
anywhere
said
with
a 15-year-old found the gun after a fight at school and gave it to her son.
Of the age of most of these individuals that commit these crimes.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting, that age factor, isn't it?
If he's gonna talk, dude, have him talking to the mic. Have him talking to the mic if he's gonna say something, man. Come on. He's on the porch too. Surprise
Yeah.
gift.
That was weird as fuck.
I mean, but he shot about what? 50?
A bunch of fucking people, yeah.
That's the only person they know that was actually older. Everyone else was young in age.
Yeah, these people are fucking psyops, dude. They're totally black-pilled. They just encounter information that they can't fucking happen, that they can't handle.
Yeah.
For sure. But this fucking
What's the biggest-
kid, yeah, he found a gun. All right, so he found a gun. What's the first fucking thing he did with that gun? Did he take it apart Did he oil it? Did he fucking take it to the range? Did he fucking find out more? No. He
No.
fucking held up somebody for their car keys. That was his first instinct. Why?
He
Why?
fucked around and he found out.
Well,
he
yeah,
found
so
out
that much is sure.
about
That much
1100
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
he found out.
God damn. It's fucked
Jesus,
up.
dude. God, it's just
Best
time
not to
after
fuck
time.
around, boys.
Yeah, so just don't fuck around. Simple as.
Right. And you wonder why, like, oh, gun violence is ending people's lives. Yeah, a gun ended this kid's life.
Right. But
You
who
know
was
what?
the one that was started the violence?
It is a fucking shame. He was only 15. Like,
No, he
who
was
knows what
18.
could've
He
done.
had
He was
two
18.
15-year-old accomplices.
Yeah, he was 18.
Oh, he was
When
18.
they had
Yeah,
the gun.
Yeah.
still,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this mother loses 18 years of her life just like that. Does
I'm
she
with-
care?
I'm with KBZ on this one though. Why don't I ever find free guns? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how come I can't?
Where,
Where's my
where
gun?
are our free guns? I mean, they're giving a ton of them out in Ukraine.
Uh-oh,
Right.
kitten on the keyboard, everyone. Be
Oh, shit.
aware things
What-
might get crazy.
What is
Oh,
what is the
shit.
kitten's knowledge tonight? What is the
The
message?
Kitten's gonna say some
No,
spicy shit in a
there-
moment.
Lots of I's and W's and semicolons. Oh,
Oh.
she's gonna hit the power button. Oh,
Oh no! Oh no! Moving on! Moving on!
Oh no.
This is another kind of quick, fun one. This can't be real. Grubhub promotion turns New York City restaurants into a war zone.
oh.
Whoa. Oh, like they're
Lady was
competing?
overwhelmed by what they thought was a fantastic idea. We'll just free lunch for $15 off your lunch order from 12 or 11 to 2 in the whole city. Because holy fuck, most people skip lunch. These poor wagies. Someone needs to look out for. Oh, what happened? Oh, when I walked into the store, it was like a pile of orders, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And we were fighting with each other in the kitchen, and we orders were getting messed up, and people were calling all day, mad that their order was wrong, and
Oh,
get this
no.
though. Holy fuck, you guys. Now, you're going to love this, seriously. Now, Seawall, scroll down if you please. Holy Jesus. Fucking cat.
Yep.
You got all kinds of shit going on in
All
the
right.
house at all times.
All right.
bro.
Check this out. Where is it talking about the comic book artist? Find the comic book artist.
Comic book artist looking. Keep going.
Comics.
Control.
Here it
F,
is.
comic. There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
okay, all right. It wasn't much better for customers, some of whom still ended up out of pocket for the quote free promotion. All right, Google search Chloe Brailsford. This is what got my attention. A comic artist, because
God.
you know how, John, I love following.
You
comic
notice. I mean, I'm
Okay,
sure you
so
noticed something
Chloe
as well.
Brailsford moved to Brooklyn last year.
Okay, what am I looking for? The
She was-
Instagram?
Her early life
Oh.
section.
Holy fuck! You'll know right away. You found the right person.
Slight issue. I need to sign into Instagram.
No,
Okay.
you don't. You'll know exactly who it is. Just search images, dude, in Google.
Dude.
Oh, the
Go.
GoFundMe?
Oh, there's a GoFundMe?
Yeah, so bring it up.
Oh, let's look at that. That looks like
Yeah,
fun.
let's look at that. Isn't that lots of fun?
Dude, Quest Family's calling you out, Midget. He's like, Midget B finally found out how to be near enough to the microphone. Dude, it's true. You finally did it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. What is going on here? What's she raising $7,000 for?
Yeah, her tooth. Oh,
Tooth is about to fall out. Okay.
okay. So
like-
who is Chloe Brailsford? Who is Chloe?
29-year-old trans women's from Austin, Texas.
That's right. He's a man. He just
Hey,
moved to
Hoss.
Brooklyn. He draws comics, quote unquote. If you saw his Instagram, you'd see his self-insert character,
Oh,
sort of tomboyish.
She
Right?
owns this quest.
And obviously, being in comics and transgender in New York, it's a charity case.
You talking about this character?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yep,
my
that's a
god,
self-insert.
that is Mary Sue to the max.
So, go back to the article if you would,
Yep,
because this is actually really funny.
Yep.
So it's a charity case, head case, broke ass, wannabe self-insert drawing comic book artist living, in quarantining, doing his part at home with COVID, decided to use Grubhub for the first time after learning about the promotion from a friend. So basically, like, oh, free lunch? I'm going to download this app and bother somebody with my lame ass as I sit here at home and draw shitty pictures of what I wish I looked like
Oh
and
god.
try and sell it on Etsy.
Nasty.
Oh god, I just saw the fingers on that hand. What the fuck?
Okay.
Oh, like the fucking bratwurst? Like, what's the...
Zoom and enhance.
Oh no. Oh,
The
that.
okay,
Those are stupid.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Whoa, that's like
All
broken. The ring finger's broken. That might be a symbolism. That's a left hand ring finger that's broken. That might be symbolism. Or it could just be a shitty drawing because the
Yeah.
pinky's in the same
Yeah, the
direction.
purport. When you look at it further away, it looks almost like noodles, but there's a slight curve upwards on these.
Seawall, are you implying that a man who is not a woman wishes they were and doesn't have a lot of contact with probably real women is unable to draw a female's hand?
They could at the very least look at stock images.
Right, it would not
Wow,
be just
what an interesting
draw.
development. What a strange turn of events.
And also,
Just
these
back
fingers
to the
aren't very
article,
good.
if you
Yeah,
would,
so.
Seawall.
Yeah.
Thank
So.
you, because there's just a little bit more on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, right, charity case signs up for the app,
Mhm.
right, and chooses to fucking trouble somebody with their order for free lunch so that they can, just get a free lunch, because who doesn't want one of those, right? By the time she logged on shortly after 1, she, right, noticed that many of the restaurants had been marked closed. She tried Taco Bell. Oh man, what a compelling, right?
Dude, hang on. Don't start talking shit about Taco Bell, though.
All right. No, okay.
Shit,
So,
though.
right.
3 a.m. Taco Bell's a
on
godsend.
Grubhub
Yes.
at 1 p.m. Her sorry ass can't drag itself down to Taco Bell. Okay. So get this. This is the best part. She managed to find an IHOP. So she ordered a free lunch at IHOP and she estimated to wait almost an hour. And she still did it. Okay? 2 tries. And even with the discount, she spent $23
My
on
God.
a Belgian waffle with hash browns.
Oh.
And she's like, oh my God, my free lunch came late and I paid money. And and could you please pay for this and that or buy a comic or a self-insert, sketch
Hang
off
on.
of Etsy?
She
And that
waited
took a lot longer than 45 minutes. I just feel like Grubhub, they must have lied to me or something. And meanwhile, every fucking kitchen in New York is tearing
On
itself
fire.
apart. Yeah, why would they even
Shit.
decide to fulfill these orders?
Hang
I'd
on.
be like, no, fuck
You
that.
understand that apps like Grubhub or Uber Eats or whatever.
Yeah, the
customers,
very
whatever they are.
fucking instant that shit happened in my kitchen, bro, no, I'd stay open and I would ignore every single one of those orders and be like, what do you mean? What order? No.
Cancel.
Well, the thing is, yeah. So you can actually, especially if the order's late, like they have a thing with the order's later than their estimated arrival, you can cancel it for no charge and you will get your money back. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Like there's not like you got charged and you're fucked, right? They give you your money back.
Why are these restaurants bending over backwards to fill these orders? It doesn't make sense.
In New York, I think it makes sense other than other places, like better than other places.
Well, the thing is,
God,
a
aren't you
lot of them
glad you
probably
don't live
live
there?
and die on Grubhub these days in New York.
Aren't you
Yeah,
glad
I
you
do.
don't live in fucking New
Oh
York
yeah.
City? That's
Yeah,
not your
Do,
fucking
do,
yeah.
do you know what?
lifestyle.
Do you know what I've done?
That's not
I've
your
had a
fucking
hankering for some
mentality.
IHOP. I drove like 10 minutes to the nearest IHOP, sat
I
down.
bet you paid less than $20 for a fucking Belgian waffle
You
too.
bet you
Yeah, I
did,
got
yeah.
Belgian waffle, eggs, glass of milk, like $16. Hash
Yeah.
browns.
So Quest,
Jesus Christ,
get the
it's
fuck out of New York,
pathetic.
bro.
Yeah.
Quest, get out of New York.
It's you guys, I talk about this stuff because of how pathetic this is. It's fucking pathetic
Yeah.
what these people think is normal.
But
Yeah.
this
It's
is news.
inexcusable, and it's no wonder
Yeah.
people are losing their minds.
My folks used, I think, like
I want to remind
Grubhub
everybody.
once, and they were not happy with it because it took
I
a
want to
while.
remind everyone how far we've fallen.
Mhm.
Remember when it was crazy that tweets were news?
Yeah.
Now, a
That's
broke
normal.
ass tranny
This
living
is
in New York City, probably sharing a room with like 5 other people,
a room. Like,
is in a 5-page article about the troubles of using a fucking app that's not convenient.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
this is fucking retarded.
it's absolutely fucking. Who put this out? What is the what's the publication that put
The
this out?
Guardian.
The Guardian. Oh my god. Okay, so that makes more sense. No, I would expect something like this out of like I don't know the Roots. I guess they would only deal with black people. Or like I don't know Vanity Fair or like Vox,
Yeah.
or something like that. But like the Guardian at least usually tries
Look.
to be
If
news.
there is any
No.
urban city environment I would ever live in, it would have to be
Yeah.
in East Asia. Because at the very least, they plan out
Jesus
their fucking
Christ.
cities
Lord.
where you can walk
Yeah.
to everything you need.
I don't know, dude. I've heard Mongolia is pretty sweet. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Mongolia,
if you want to
definitely
go be an anarchist, that's a good place. They
Yeah.
got a lot
Well,
of
no, I'm
land.
talking about if I had to live, if someone had said, okay, you have to live in a city for the rest of your life, I would
Yeah.
choose a Japanese city or a Korean city.
Oh, dude, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, and I
Yeah.
get the reasons why.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I don't know. It's a lot of culture shock for me, and that's also a lot of
I'm also
obviously the
somebody
language
that
barrier and stuff like
has a respect for and appreciation for and some understanding of, so culture shock wouldn't be as bad for me.
Whoa, good.
I know what I'll play with that shit. I know when I play with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna play some music after this, dude. Me and Jake, we're gonna fucking hang out.
So,
Sweet.
well,
Hell
let's
yeah.
move on since
But
we've
yeah,
sat on this for a
do you
while.
enjoy this sort of thing? I mean, I find it fucking hilarious how
Yeah.
retarded. Like, I know it's the Guardian, and it's kind of a waste of our time, but
Yeah.
don't
But
you
it is.
feel like it might be worth discussing this aspect of Clown World?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think I mean not to like stroke my own dick here, but I think I kind of hit on the important part of it is that we're normalizing this kind of thing. Like this is news. Someone had difficulty with
look how
a
many
food
words they
delivery
got
app.
out of this fucking story. Look how many words they got out of this.
Right. Well, they got like her entire story, or his entire story, and just fucking like published that. That's pretty much what most of this is. And then it's kind of like, oh, also like so the working class is so oppressed. I can't even make my comics because my Grubhub order didn't get here right on time.
Yeah,
They
right. Oh
rate
my
different.
god, dude,
Like,
it's so right. I feel like there's still meaningful commentary to be gleaned from this
right. Well,
retarded shit.
well, that's the thing but you have to read between the lines. The actual words here are not what's important. It's what's being conveyed that's important, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and
what's
that's what I
important.
was telling to Seawall earlier. The
Right.
words and it we don't have to. All these words are meaningless. Like
Right,
you can spin them and get what they're trying. What is important is what's the meaning. Yeah,
Well, it's
yeah.
the takeaway. It's yeah. I mean, it's what's being expressed and why, right? So like, why is this news? Is what's
Yeah.
important.
Well,
Why are we
because
talking about this?
because the perpetually online urban leftists live and
Mhm.
die on these apps. They think
Right.
they'll be able to stage a revolution and win. And this is what brings them to their knees.
And after they've staged their revolution and done away with all those evil Nazis, they'll go back to their Starbuckses and their Netflixes and
then
their
the
fucking
systems collapse.
boobs, and they're fucking gonna get back to their Tinders and their Bumbles and their Grinders, right? And live in peace and harmony, and all of the BIPOC, all of the BIPOC people of color and stuff.
That's the thing is exactly what
woodwork and praising their beautiful ideas and wonderful white coexistence.
So that's the thing is it's exactly what when the World Economic Forum put out that video about like, oh, you will own nothing and you'll be happy and stuff. That's what this is pushing. It's that same exact thing, the Great Reset.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing that. They're pushing the whole subscription thing, and well, the subscription service is to blame, not this person for being.
Right. It was a failure of the subscription service, right, John? Yes, it's a failure of the service, not of the fucking machine, right?
Why do you think I'm saving up to become a data hoarder?
On which the whole thing is based, like, unbelievable, dude.
Gentlemen, why do you think I'm slowly saving up to become a data hoarder?
We live in a society. We live in a society.
Boy, do we live in a society. Holy shit.
Well, guys, I'm going to pull the ripcord. We got to move on to the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing, this individual begged for money for teeth fixing.
Capital
managed to scrounge it up from somewhere. Oh, I see. From Villarreal. I see. Yeah, from all of the right people. See, when you're in comics and you have these identities, people don't go against you.
Yeah.
People support your fucking GoFundMes. They chip in.
Mm-hmm.
If they've got $15, they'll chip it in. Be like, good luck there, champ. You know, co-worker, fellow comic artist. Right? You're totally, visible. Right? We support
this
you
is interesting.
in your transness.
2 weeks ago, having my own dental insurance, I finally see a dentist, and what does he tell me? The cells around the bone of the tooth, behind the gum and above the tooth and below the root, have essentially betrayed me by destroying the bone.
About any of that. But also, I do want to point out, because we don't pay attention to them much, but our chat is actually fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And I appreciate them. And I know we don't pay attention to you guys much, because if we did, this would be like a 4-hour-long show between us getting distracted by the things, and then you guys, like, it would be a 4-hour show. But yeah, you guys are fucking hilarious. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing, because it's great.
Fuck out of this dog, right?
Yeah, so I am watching. I'm seeing everything you guys see, everything you guys say. So
what's that?
You can move on though.
So yeah, moving on to the next story. Oh, this one from Vox.
Oh, of course. We just talked about them earlier. The many costs of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding isn't free. Okay. And it isn't the solution to the national baby formula shortage. I mean, I agree with that in a sense. The U.S. shortage of infant formula continues to worsen, with the national out-of-stock rate climbing above 40%.
Yep.
All right, there's a useless graph there. But there's no shortage of people on social media ready to blame parents themselves for this disastrous situation. Just so you know, hang on, let me go around. Just so you know, your body already makes the perfect food for your baby, and it's free. All right, let's see why he's wrong. Because, I mean, obviously there are exceptions, and this let me in before, if I can. Not everyone can lactate. Not everyone's milk is, has enough protein or enough whatever nutrients for their baby, and so therefore we need to wreck the economy in order to, make this happen. Also, we need to make sure that we give enough money to Ukraine. So those are my 3 predictions for this article.
Yeah. Well, also not only that, but the thing is, I would argue that the percentage of issues is probably below 30%, probably closer to 20 or lower. of those that
It's
cannot
diet,
breastfeed?
man. It's down to diet. It's
Yeah.
how you treat your body.
Yeah.
If you're not responsible for your own
Oh,
well-being,
some
God.
birthing parents simply don't want to breastfeed.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Oh my
That's
God.
birthing parents, that makes no sense. I wonder who actually comes up with
Uh,
stuff.
who does come up with shit like
and
that?
they shouldn't have to.
That's what
But the persistent myth that breastfeeding is free overlooks real costs associated with breast. Let's see what the real cost is. We got piggy banks as tits. Let's see what's going on here. First of all, in terms of direct expenses, breastfeeding is not really free. Okay, okay. There are necessary supplies required by most lactating parents. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Bottles, $25 for
Big,
2
yeah.
bottles. That sounds like a lot.
Well, also you need bottles for formula.
The formula as well, so it's the same price.
Also,
either
you
way.
need something to
Fine,
store it
fair
in more
enough.
than likely.
Right.
You
Milk
And
storage
you know,
bags.
guys, you know what else? You can't have your husband doing all of this, the father of the child, being the
No.
sole responsible
Yeah.
soul of this.
There's no
All
way.
of these
There's
expenses.
no
Also,
way.
Right?
question:
You can't live in a
how-
world where, like, that's the case.
How expensive
No, you have to live
is
in the modern liberal
how
world.
expensive is it to feed a baby for breastfeeding the entire time?
How expensive would it be if we weren't taxed out the ass? How
Right.
expensive
Oh my
would
God.
it be
It's almost
Yeah.
like
if you could grow your own food or treat your wife and her body with respect,
Yeah.
right?
Because I'm thinking things like like they're saying you need nursing bras, bottles, milk storage bags, breast pump. Okay, quick question: what is
Let's
the
just make
actual
fun of it.
cost of the baby formula over?
right.
Yeah.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
But also that pump in particular, like I've seen much smaller ones that are
Yeah.
much cheaper than $150. It looks like a crock pot with
Yeah.
a bottle attached to it.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's a crock pot
Mhm.
with a bottle attached to it. That's not a fucking breast pump. There's breast pumps that are like the size of a bottle that you just stick to your tit and just and it fucking sucks it
You
out.
have to pay $15 to $30 extra a month for yourself in
Really?
vitamins
Right.
and some extra calories.
Yeah, because again, your diet doesn't fucking provide,
Yeah.
right? Because your goy slop doesn't provide the fucking
Oh,
vitamins
Jesus.
you actually
Yeah.
need.
Right. Goy slop, dude. I like it. All right. And
Telling
many people
you, this
require
is
location.
insidious. And look, this isn't even an article, bro. This is
A
just series of
lactation
fucking, like,
consultant.
little fucking.
Hang on.
Little
Hang on.
fucking
Hang on. You're skipping by important shit. Hang on.
Yeah.
You're skipping by important shit. Hang on.
You really are.
Down it down. A little bit more. Down. All right. The cost of which are apparent on the family's grocery bill. Okay. Because she needs to eat certain foods that
Yeah.
might not be McDonald's or something. Fine.
Yeah.
Move on down a little bit more. $15 to $30.
Also,
per
again,
month
how
extra.
expensive is that formula? I want to know how expensive that formula is.
Yeah, the formula is going to be.
I
goddamn
guarantee you, it's
expensive.
more than $15 to $30 a month.
So let's move on to the most
Yeah.
egregious part. And many people require lactation support, which comes at a price. Breastfeeding class, $30.
Yeah, you need to
Go
go to
back one more.
class. Fucking
One more little
fulfill
bit.
your goddamn.
Lactation consultant, $200 an hour. Hang on. Why do women? I'm not gonna say birthing person or
Yeah.
fucking breastfeeding chest. I'm sorry, chest feeding person. So why do you need to learn what women have instinctually done since the beginning of mankind?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And I do understand that
kidding?
there are some women with medical conditions
Of course,
that may
That's-
need
that's
it,
the
but
outlier.
if it's medically
That's the
necessity, if it's medically required, and it's declared that, guess what insurance covers?
Whatever.
Well, not only that, but like it's also the huge. This is the main thing that the left does
Yeah.
is take the minus like the less than 1%,
Yeah.
and then they make it into like this is what everyone has to
Yeah.
do. This is why we
No.
need this free thing or whatever the fuck.
No,
Right?
the
That's not
vast
the case.
majority of women, at most, will need to talk to their general practitioner or their OBGYN, the baby doctor, and say, hey, what food should I avoid and what food should I eat? It'll cost you like $80 sometime during the pregnancy, or you tack it on to one of your checkups when it's starting to happen. Then, as part of the buying of the baby stuff, you pick up. The thing is, people pick up bottles when buying the baby stuff. You pick up a basic pump. The bags seem pretty damn cheap. So,
Yeah, I mean-
at the end of the day, Again, unless there is a medical necessity, you should be avoiding formula.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, but the
So-
point is, like, it's not actually as expensive as they're saying. Because very worst case scenario possible.
Oh,
And then
here we go.
putting that as like that's the average for everyone.
Look at this. Even in the article, the monetary cost of breastfeeding at around $950 for the first year, compared to $1,200. It may not be
Right,
free,
so-
but it's cheaper.
I mean, so yeah, okay, so fine. Even if everything that they said is $950 a year for the first year, as opposed to $1,200 for the first year, so they just destroyed their own argument here.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper to have breastfeeding than it is, like even if you give them, you concede every point they made beforehand.
Yeah.
It's still cheaper than it would be for formula. So
Yeah.
what the fuck? What is the point here?
Not exactly dramatic.
savings.
It's not a
Bitch.
savings issue. It's we have a limited supply, and we're recommending methods to deal with the supply shortage. You are
It's
literal
like-
milk factories. Turn it back online.
Right. God. Holy shit.
Yeah.
as we see
Oh,
there.
the indirect costs.
Breastfeeding.
This is
They
all
just show us
cope.
another-
This is all cope.
This is not only cope, this is seed. A
Yeah.
lot of seed going on. Formula
Yeah.
feeders, long-term breastfeeders. What is this?
Income
They just show
loss.
us income loss. Well,
Yeah.
because most of the time, long-term breastfeeders are stay at home. And
Yeah.
okay, long-term. Hang on. What does long-term mean? Look, we got up to 5 years.
Mhm.
Hang on. First of all, do not breastfeed your child beyond 2 years.
Yeah.
Even 2 years is a little much.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do it.
They should be on the
2
baby foods at year 1.
years. Right.
5
Yeah.
years is a little much.
Yeah.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of people. I had a cousin who was breastfed until he was 7 or 8. That's
Ugh.
fucked. Yeah, it's fucked.
you
Now, luckily, he's all right. Like, he just got married and stuff, so like, good for him. But like, motherfucker, dude, that's
Yeah.
way too much. It's just that has to do with the mother's psychological, like,
Yeah.
not being able to get rid of that last baby because he was the youngest of 5. So I get it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
It's
women, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
What's this? Breastfeeding is only free if you think lactating parents' time is worthless.
Okay,
Jesus Christ!
Psychologically,
No. This is communist bullshit. This is a fucking labor thing.
yeah.
This is labor.
Also,
This is
something
labor.
else. Look, I'm not an expert on breastfeeding and things like that, but I do know that
No,
babies,
real quick. Hang on, Mijjt. If you're gonna like talk off screen, like mute yourself real quick because
Yeah.
we're trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just mute yourself if you're gonna talk off mic.
Yeah.
Because we can still hear you, but like you're like going over both of us.
Yeah, so as I was saying, also something else that's psychologically important. We found this in I can't remember what the name of the experiment was, but it was the really fucked up shit they did with the baby rhesus monkeys. We found that it's actually very important psychologically for a child to have skin-to-skin contact with a parent because we're kind of genetically wired to want it. There's actually some things where they say, even with the dad, if the baby is kind of napping and it's on the baby's on your chest, just take your shirt off. The baby feels your warmth more easily, thus sleeps better.
Mhm.
And things like
100%.
that. Yeah,
100%. But this, hang on, we're scooting past this again. I want to, because we were distracted by Mijjt talking.
Yeah.
So, and breastfeeding is only free, quote unquote, if you think lactating parents' time is worthless. This is absolute Marxist nonsense of amount of hours worked means value,
Yeah.
like monetary value, right? So hours
No.
of time worked means monetary value. That is not the case. No, you are investing your time and in your child so that they will have a better future.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with you. This is what we call a selfless act.
Mhm.
It's what we call an act for the benefit of someone else.
Not only
This
that,
is
but
not some kind of fucking capitalist nonsense that Marx would dream up and be like, well, the capitalist wants you to work for free for your children. This is
also
bullshit.
something else that
Absolute bullshit.
I'm sure some very industrious breastfeeding moms have done in the past. they'll listen to a book on something to further their education, or they're learning a new hobby and they're watching something.
Right, especially
You
nowadays.
can multitask.
Right, especially nowadays.
You can multitask a little bit.
Right.
Or, you could turn
Especially
it
now.
into your bonding and relaation time. A lot of mothers do that. Maybe they'll listen to an audiobook or some music with their infant. And they'll
Right,
bond.
even if it's 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Because babies keep a fucked up schedule. It's true, and you can kind of train that out of them over time, right? Them reverse their cycle. There's all kinds of solutions that are not fucking like, well, we have to feed them formula. I don't understand.
Yeah.
You still have to feed them in the middle of the night, whether you use formula or breast milk. It's the same fucking. It doesn't make no sense. And then
hours spent breastfeeding or pumping in the baby's first year.
It's all hours, right? God damn, this fucking marks as shit, dude. It's all fucking hours worked and not the value of that time.
Mm-hmm.
That is what really fucking pisses me off.
Only there's no. What is the other parent doing?
We should move on, guys.
Yeah,
we should move on.
Dude, I don't know. We should, because that's really pissing me off.
Yeah.
Not because like
moving on, pulling the ripcord.
God damn it.
You know what? Let's just jump straight to the movies, because this is just like, whatever. State Farm doing stupid shit, and it's gonna pay for it.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll move on.
Moving on to funny videos. So, John, I found a video of you when you were younger and fitter trying to shoot a bow.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, this was good.
Back when you were beardless.
Yeah, well, that's how I get my powers, through the beard.
Yeah. Come on, John, you can do it. You can do it.
Got it. I'll get it eventually. Don't worry. It's gonna happen.
Come on, John. How strong was that? How heavy was that pole?
I mean, it's like at least a 20-pound bow. Come on, man.
My God, John.
It's just a counterweight.
Come on, John. Come on, we're pulling for you there, buddy.
Dude, I'm gonna get it, man. Relax, all right? I've seen this video before. It's gonna work, all right?
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, see?
You got it. You got it. You got it. Oh!
Oh my God. I saw that earlier and it still struck me just the same. Oh my God, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Jokes aside, right? Could you imagine being that fucking weak? You can't pull. It's a compound bow. It does the work for you.
Honestly, the fucking joke might be that it's like a super powerful, 500-pound compound bow. So
no, that's probably a 60-pounder at most.
Maybe, yeah, probably 60
maybe
pounds
80 pounds.
I don't even think
once
so.
you start getting to the 100-pound plus poles, they get pretty big pretty quick. Because they have to.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a tall bow.
Yeah.
Like that.
Even the compound ones.
That's what I'm saying. It's a compound bow, obviously, but like once you pull it back and you've got it locked, you can hold it there all day.
It reduces. Yeah, the pulleys reduce it to like a third of the weight.
He's obviously not able to pull it back, so it must be
right. And then he let go with his left hand. And
got smacked.
That was the end of that.
So, and now this is my revenge for earlier with the Nuggies.
All right, Nuggie revenge. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's about
what is this?
time. In a minute, I'm gonna need my handsome alpha to come over and arf, feeling furry.
Feel the pain that I had to when watching this.
So come on, babe.
Feel my fucking pain.
No?
I don't want to see either of those people ever again.
Well, you don't have to, because we're going to move on.
No, I mean, she was really weird looking, and that guy's face was way too close.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing is, she could be really fucking cute and, like, trad and adorable, but she chose this instead.
Yeah, redo the makeup a bit, she'd be okay. Lose the fucking ears.
She's easily a 7 or an 8.
Yeah.
And then she takes off the fucking cat ears and gets her shit together. She could be a 9. Easily.
All right, dude. Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay, 7. Yeah, right. That's a basic bit right there. That's a 4.
No. I'm talking about looks. I'm talking about
personality drops are way down.
No,
of course. Yeah.
I'm not even rating on personality.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, your standards are way too high. Then that's fucking ridiculous. Because there's no way that she's unattractive. Out of 4, are you kidding me?
like
A
5
4.
tops, man.
Are you
5.
fucking kidding
Yeah,
me?
Jay's 5 at best.
You
I'm
guys
saying
are
redoing the
ridiculous.
makeup and
bro.
styling a little bit, she probably could pull off a 6.5, maybe 7.
Oh,
You
6.
guys are fucking ridiculous.
If you're drunk, if she does her hair
Dude,
right,
yeah.
like
You
she's
guys are
a
retarded.
maybe.
Fucking incels,
Well,
dude. Go touch grass.
You,
Holy
you
shit.
guys want to watch something? You guys want
I
to
don't
watch
think
something
so,
retarded?
Holy
I
fuck,
hate
you
that
guys.
face, man. I hate that face. It's Balaam out.
Russian
Oh
elections
my
are
god.
rigged. Political opponents are imprisoned or otherwise eliminated.
Hey, isn't that Ukraine too?
participating in the electoral process. The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia, and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq. I mean, of
Holy
anyway.
75.
yeah. Almost as though he was describing.
So, but see, you can tell that he's actually got charisma because he was able to
Yeah.
save it at the end.
Well,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean,
The most
75,
dangerous thing
hello,
about
hello.
Bush Jr. was that he knew how to play the fool and how to be charismatic.
Yes, 100%.
That
he
was
did.
his danger.
Sounds
Same
like-
thing with
sounds
Obama.
Almost like he tried to be funny.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah.
like he tried to be funny. Like he did
Yeah.
something to make a joke.
So
Like that was purposeful.
He was
Like-
good at that. Biden isn't good at fucking any of that. He's not good at
no,
anything.
no, he
Like,
is
it's
the court
horrible.
jester at best.
No, he's not.
So
No,
awful,
Biden,
Okay,
though.
sorry.
I mean, it's funny because it's true. Isn't that the
But-
heart of comedy?
Yeah.
Truth.
Biden was Obama's court jester. Remember, whenever Obama had some trouble, they'd have Biden
Right.
gaff.
This guy fucking literally made a joke about
Right.
starting an illegal war and heading an unaccountable,
killing thousands.
oligarchic fucking, new world order, and made a joke like about it.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
standing there in front of you, a war criminal, and he's
Almost like he
laughing.
might feel guilty about this or something. I mean, I would hope that's the case. Best case scenario, he feels guilty about what he did. Best case
And he
scenario.
just can't.
Right,
He
yeah.
can't admit it.
Of course not. No, he's too far. He's too. Yeah, I mean,
He's
he's
the
full of
hitman.
those
He's the
that
mobster's
done.
hitman that's killed too many people.
Yes, sir.
And he like admitted it and was like, haha, I'm just joking, guys. Right?
So,
Like,
moving along.
yeah.
Go up there.
Right, exactly what Legend of Max said. Jesters were clever. Biden is not that. Exactly.
Annual feminist convention, boys.
I can't believe the Supreme Court. We can't have men making decisions about women's bodies.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not all women have uteruses, and some men do.
Oh, you're right. So, who should comment on what decisions who can make?
Women should get to tell women what to do.
Wait, then cis women could exclude trans women from their spaces. Turf? Okay, hold on. I got it.
Right.
Cis women can make choices for cis women, trans women for trans women.
Gender isn't just a binary, you turf.
Right, what a jerk.
How about this? Zim should be able to comment on what Zers and Z's do, and Z's should be able to comment on what Zers and hers do. But Zers should really only comment on what Z's and Zims do. No, guys, this doesn't make sense.
Well, she
Gender
said
identity
guys.
shouldn't affect your role in society at all. Each gender is equal and should be able to comment on whatever it wants.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we need to stick to the point and categorize people
Well,
on the basis of
some
whether they
radical
have a
shit.
uterus or not. Everything else is just arbitrary discrimination. That's true. But what would we call them?
Uterus people?
That's kind of wonky. What about
Yeah,
women?
Woman.
I like it. What about people who
Women.
don't have a uterus? Just men. To constantly remind them that they don't have a womb. Ha!
So how can we be sure who should and shouldn't comment on these things?
Well, I mean, we could identify them through certain styles of clothing, pronouns, that kind of thing.
This is exactly what I was
But
talking about earlier.
Yeah, they
about
had to reverse
custom
engineer the
gender
tradition.
Pronouns.
Right,
Are
it
you
came
trying
back
to
around.
obscure the lines between women
Very good, I was
and
talking about
men?
earlier.
That makes it harder to protect women's rights. What are you, some kind of right-wing fascist? Some kind of turf?
Okay, now that's taken care of.
Should women be expected to do the same kind of exploitative labor as the men?
Of course not. If they get pregnant, they're out of the workforce.
Good point.
They should be expected to work less.
We could make it work if men had a social obligation to support them and pay for things.
Right? This is what I was talking about earlier. Holy shit, it all came around.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Whoa.
Freedom to just
almost like-
finger on the
I
pulse,
hope
man.
he never strikes
Finger
us. I hope-
on the pulse.
It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Holy
Yeah.
shit. That's
So-
fucking crazy.
So.
I love it.
And hey, guys, Joe Biden wants to fight you.
Can be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom. Don't worry about it. Why? You're getting nervous, man. Just calm down. It's okay. I'm beginning to see why your wife left you. I'm dog-faced pony soldier. So I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of you. Come on. Come on. You're gonna die. I'm not gonna be a mule.
Quest added defeat button. That's
Yeah,
fucking
so-
brilliant. I really like that
Also,
one. It's good.
This one I really like because apparently R&D got back to me. They've made fully automatic wood chippers.
Oh, let's see it.
So this was the test footage shot yesterday. And here it goes. It's a little slow at the beginning. Fully automatic wood chipper.
That's fucking awesome. That's extremely efficient.
Exactly.
That's very efficient. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
See, the gun can never create something that efficient. That is a very efficient wood chipper.
The
and these guys
lazy
just get it
can,
on
though.
their own.
The lazy can.
Well, yeah, they got nothing else going on.
Yeah.
Give them
No,
some
no, no. What was
imagination
it?
and some money,
Even
you know?
though I know we all hate him, but Bill Gates wasn't wrong with the statement. He always gave the hardest task to the laziest people because they find the most efficient way to finish it.
Yes, that is true. Because they want to be done with it. And that's
Yeah,
it. That's the end of that.
So, now moving on to the next one. This one just, kind of calming. How's it going, my little man?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's just spinning and chilling. Maybe sparking a bit here and there. Going around the workshop. He ain't hurt nobody. Just having some fun exploring the world. See, he ain't hurt nobody.
Didn't hurt nobody, just chilling.
Chilling,
Alright, dude,
spinning, and
I'm
sparking.
sorry, but real quick, we got a couple of videos left. I really got to piss again, dude. I'm sorry.
I guess Midget and I will have to hold down the fort.
Dude, literally 30 seconds. Time me. I'll bet you. Starting now.
So we got a timer on the screen for John. Yes. The E4s will be handling the RWDSs. Oop, we're at 20 seconds. Come on, John. Come on. Ooh, 26, 27, 28, 29. Ooh, he blew the 30 seconds. Chat, what is John's punishment for blowing past the 30 seconds?
Oh, dude, I'm back.
At 41 seconds.
Fuck. Really? 41? There's no way.
And it took me a few seconds to get this up, too. So it could have been closer to 45.
Damn. Dude, okay, come on, man. Like, I'm here. Come on, bro. If I didn't have to open the door, you know what I mean? Like, that would have been a different thing.
Yeah.
Because I had to open the bedroom door and then open the bathroom door and then
we'll watch one of your
close it.
congressmen from Florida then.
All right, fine.
The
That's
last public
the
opinion
punishment,
poll
I
I saw
guess.
showed Congress had an approval rating at about 9%. By contrast, Muammar Gaddafi had an approval rating at 13%, and his own people dragged him in the streets and killed him.
They didn't just
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. They didn't just kill him.
No, it was pretty
They
horrible.
also shoved a broomstick up his ass, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So I'm not advocating anything happened. I'm just saying that those are things that happened historically
Yeah.
at a much higher approval rating.
High Leaf's got a good punishment for you blowing past the time that you promised you'd get it in. He has to be governable.
No, that's not happening. So there you go.
We got real footage of Biden administration handling of the Ukraine situation from Mr. Coverdale, friend of the show. So let's watch.
Yes. This is horrifying.
Yep, this is. Yeah, look at how good of a job Biden's doing. Come on.
Best economic recovery ever.
Best economic recovery ever.
Any other president ever.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Hey, he's still moving. He's still moving.
Oh, he's still going. I mean, there he goes. Oh my god. Could you imagine? I mean, so I dealt with semi-truck drivers at my old job, and some of them were pretty fucking dumb. Some of them even fucking knocked out their internet because it was on a fiber optic cable, like above like where the power lines are, but like underneath the power lines. And they knocked those out a couple of times. But we never had anybody fucking destroy their truck on the way in.
You destroy the trailer.
Yeah, they never destroyed the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they never destroyed the trailer on the way in or anything. Like everything was fine.
I'm assuming you guys had some dings and dents and scrapes.
Oh well, especially along the dock. Yeah. Now there was this one guy. I'll give this fucking one guy some credit. This dude, he backed in a little bit, right? Got out of the truck, and the guy, Mike, was his name, who usually went out and met the driver and like guided them in. He went out there and he talked to the guy for a second. The guy was like, "No, leave me alone." And he went out and he got 2 flashlights, put one on each end of the dock. Says like, no, leave me alone. Don't bother me. The guy and Mike's like, what the fuck? And so he just went in. He put the 2 flashlights on either end. Went back in his truck. Boom, got it in less than 5 minutes. He was in the dock. It was fucking incredible. That dude was amazing.
Because he figured out a few tricks to do it. He had 2 points of reference.
Yeah, I mean, he was an older dude. He'd been doing it for a while. It's not first rodeo, but like that dude was incredible. He's like, no, shut the fuck up, don't talk to me. He's like,
I know what I'm doing, Sonny. I know what I'm doing. Shut up and get out of my way, or my truck will run you over.
And this was like 2 a.m. on a Friday, right? Thursday, whatever. Friday morning, 2 a.m. Like, you're talking about.
What do you want to bet for daytime? He's got safety cones.
Right.
Reflective
I'm sure
orange.
he does. I have no idea.
Yeah, so
we only ever got our deliveries in the middle of the night. But like, oh my god, that was fucking incredible. He's just like, shut the fuck up, leave me alone. Flashlight, I'm in.
Yeah. So,
that was it.
Hey John, do you want to see a drunk Amish dude get arrested after a low speed chase?
Always. Except for I don't want to see him get arrested. That's not fair.
Yep, and here we go. Oh!
He wasn't even going that fast.
Rammed it into my car. Hey, stop your horse.
Stop your horse.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
All right, dude, see ya.
That man was unconscious.
So, and that's kind of the end of it. I don't want to get copyright struck from the news agency. So,
but like, leave him alone, dude. He's just hanging out, man. You
cannot operate a buggy while drunk.
But the horse isn't drunk. Like, what the fuck, dude?
The driver is.
Okay, but who cares? That's actually in the old English, the drayer. But anyway, who gives a fuck, dude? The horse wasn't drunk. That's what's important. It was the horse that fucked up, not him.
He was the one holding the reins.
Okay, but horses. Okay, hang on. There is precedent. There's not only historical precedent. There's legal precedent for horses. They don't. They're not going to jump off a cliff. First of all, they're not going to the whole point of having spears against cavalry is so that the horses themselves, without the riders at all doing anything, they will actually go away from the point of the spears because they know they're about to fucking die if they run into them. The horses know what's going on. That's the horse's fault. The horse should be arrested, not the man.
Well,
Boom. Free my homie Amish guy.
but
Free him. He
but
did not
arrest
do
that
nothing
horse.
wrong.
Get the handcuffs out for the horse.
Right. Arrest the horse, not the man. He did nothing wrong. Not his fault.
So, well, I mean, that I guess at this point we've already lost Midget. So Johnny, play us out.
Yes, guys. If you have liked anything whatsoever that you see tonight, please make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you check out all of our stuff in the description because there's lots of stuff there, including my own personal. So if you like me over these other fucking retards who abandon us or who aren't as smart and awesome and cool as I am, my Twitter is down below, as well as the show's Twitter is there. So if you want to get notified of any of our shows coming up, is also our Discord server, where if you want to see some spicy memes, you want to have some spicy discussion, we do a lot of that there. Make sure you go and do that there. And we'll see you guys Friday night for some more Total War. With that, that's going to be it.
Have a good night, y'all.
Yep. See you guys.